What? Oh, there we go. Hello, everyone. It's Asan, the executive director here at Foothills Art Center. I'm upstairs in the classroom. We are live on YouTube. We're live on Facebook. We're live on our own website. Tonight's going to be a little experimental because we've never done this before, ever. Mistakes will be made. At some point, we're going to mess this up completely because it's inevitable. So just bear with us. It's about 3 hours of action-packed content. You guys are going to be able to kind of, go along with us here on this journey. It's 2020. It's May. It's May 5th. It's Giving Tuesday. It's exciting. So far this year, April has been a complete blur. Social distancing is now the new buzzword, so that's very exciting for everyone. Here at Foothills Art Center, we've been chugging along, and I think a lot of you have been taking advantage of the content that we've been putting out online. We've been working around the clock trying to keep you guys entertained with the arts here in Golden. Before we get started, I do want to give a shout out to all of our first responders, our medical staff, our grocery workers, our delivery drivers, everyone that's been making this somewhat bearable for us during this time. But I also hope that you guys have had a chance to take advantage of the arts, whether that's from Foothills or from any other organization. But for those that call Foothills Art Center their home, thank you. We love you a lot. Well, we're going to go ahead and kick off here for this first round. During the night, we'll be bringing in staff members and we'll be interviewing them, and you're going to see some video up here. And there's also some incentive. If you look up here, we've got right there, we're trying to raise some funds tonight for Foothills Art Center. We've got a goal of $15,000 now because we thought $10,000 was too little. And then we've got phone donations that are coming in here. If you don't want to donate on foothillsartcenter.org, you can also call or you can text, and we'll text you back and give you a call. In the meantime, let's go ahead and get this party started. And we're already, 246. That's great. That's kicking off the right way. So we'll go ahead and start. So I'll catch you guys in a little bit.
Hello, I'm Jay Clawson. I'm a photographer. I've been one for a good many years. And now I travel mostly by motorcycle since I'm retired. Last year, I think I traveled 15,000 miles all around the nation, went up to Canada, went into Mexico, and along the way, always take a camera. I've traveled all over the United States, especially in the West, where the wide open spaces allow you to really see things you don't see when you're just surrounded by trees. Colorado is a great place. The mountains, the desert areas, the eastern plains offer something too you don't see where you're just surrounded by forests all the time. I find I get my best pictures when I go off by myself and just dedicate time to walk around and looking for the proper light, either early morning, later in the evening. That's unique. Sometimes middle of the day can provide that, although I usually like to work in the morning where the natural lighting is coming in from the side, highlights the shadows and gives you more contrast and make things really work better. It's worth an hour's hike to find a spot in the dunes that's just magnificent. My goals for photography are to continue to do what I've been doing. I love to travel. It gives me an excuse to travel to unusual places to see what kind of images I can find there. It gives me an opportunity to slow down and look, because when you're just whipping through some place, you don't take the time to look. It's a sort of creative endeavor that you can never tire of, and I want to continue doing that for the rest of my life too.
Hi, I wanted to say thank you for your support of Foothills Art Center. My name is Charlotte Bassin. I'm a local artist and a member of Foothills Art Center, and have also been a student there. My kids have taken classes there. I've been in art shows, and I'm also a participant in their open studio artists group, where we get together once a week to make art. And we're all really sad that it's closed right now, and we can't wait for things to reopen and for all of us to get together again, but the organization has been doing a great job supporting their artists during this difficult time, and we really appreciate any support that you can give and hope that we can continue bringing arts to the community. Thanks. Bye.
Hi, welcome to the Foothills Art Center Facebook page. I'm Janet Nunn. Hi, welcome to... And yes, today I will be using a brush. Let me just get my camera turned around so I can start painting, and that way you can see exactly what I'm going to be doing. Just going to come around the side here and get going. And I turned my camera around. That way you will be able to see exactly what's going on. The first thing I want to do is I have some 140-pound note cards. And you can buy these at most any of the stores. And I'm folding them. Take a little piece of tape to help hold them down. And you take a tape, go all the way around the corners. And before you know it, it is all taped down, ready to go. I like to have the tape around the border because when we're done with it, you will get a nice, wonderful border, very similar to this image here. And that's part of what we're doing today is we won't have time to go to a frame shop or anything, but these are just perfect that you can put in your house, and also you can send to someone. So anyway, we're going to be using some tissues, and one of the things I wanted to do is use a tissue to act as a resist. So anything that the tissue is over will not have paint on it. And that is very important. I'm also going to use a mister, and that will give me some water. And I'm going to just go give it a little bit of water. And you can see the water in there. And that's why I like to use a mister, is because it gives me these little decals of water, and then there's a little bit of dryness there. Now, for the first one, I thought we'll use some phthalo blue, and the paint that I use is the Dr. P.H. Martin's Hydrus watercolors. They're wonderful. I don't have to worry about mixing. They are just ready to go. So I have on my palette, I have phthalo blue and ultramarine blue. And I thought this would be perfect for those people that are in the South. You can just take your basting brush here. I'm just going to dip it in there, and I'm basting. This is the most fun you will definitely have painting. This is so easy to do. So there's some of my blue bonnets. It could be lavender, could be a little bit of everything, any other blue flowers that we have. I've just added some ultramarine as a dark color right there. And then I have some sap green that I'm going to add next. And with this sap green, I'm going to add the foliage that needs to go with our little bit of blue flowers. So here's some green. So I'm just going to put some green in there, just kind of where I have a few spots, let it mix. So it gives you an impression of these beautiful blue flowers. Now, the next thing I'm going to do is just lift up this tissue that was my friend and helping me out. And I am just going to come up and take that little baster and add some of those flowers up above the area where the tissue was. And that's just perfect. Now, the next thing I want to do is create more of a scene, and the scene has clouds in it. It could be in a pasture. So to make these beautiful, wonderful clouds, I am going to use some tissue. And I call this technique my spit wad technique. So how do you make spit wads? I'm going to move my camera up just a little bit because you got to see how I do this. I'm just going to move this to the side. so you can see it. You want to take the tissue and you let it go in the water. Now, for those of you who remember spit wads from school, you got to have a consistency of water to tissue. And there I go. Look at that. You want to have all that great water in there. And that's going to help us make some very nice poofy clouds. So I'm going to take and almost sculpt these clouds on my paper, leaving a little bit of area. And I'm going to need another one of these tissues. Look at that. That is just so much fun. And yeah, you could throw it across the room, but we're not going to do that. We're just using it to help us make clouds. And it's going to act as a resist too. I used the dry tissue in the beginning to give me a flat line, and now I'm using the wet tissue to give me more of a resist. And so I'm just shaping these clouds just to make sure I get some great clouds in there. Let me move this up so you can see what I'm doing. Now, I am going to go back to my two colors that I had before, the phthalo blue and the ultramarine, and then I'm going to add one of my favorite colors, quinacridone magenta. So here we go. Now, for those of you that don't have these watercolors, one thing that you might want to do is you're going to have to mix all these colors ahead of time before you get started and make sure that you have them. So now I am going to take just water and go around the tissue. Now some of that's a little wet on the bottom, but that's okay. Try not to get into that area. Then I'm going to take this phthalo blue, put it on the top of those clouds, and look at this one here. Awesome. Then I'm going to come with a little bit of water on the bottom side and just get that bottom part of those clouds. And that's usually that has the most water. So I'm going to add a little bit of magenta to that. And when you add the magenta, you kind of get a little bit of this storm happening, or that there's moisture in the clouds. Now, this is the trickiest part of the whole lesson, is we have these wet spit wads. So what you have to do is, I'm going to move this just a little bit so you can see. As soon as I lift this up, water's going to go everywhere because I have all this water in the tissue. So as soon as I lift it up, watch this. I'm going to take this dry tissue and just mop it up a little bit. I'm going to take this guy out. Oh, look at all that water. Isn't that great? Oh, I love that. So here, look at what happens. The tissue works together with the paint and the water. And if I needed a little bit more magenta, I can just put it on my finger, come right in here, mix it with the blue, and create some wonderful, wonderful clouds. Move my finger down in here. Oh, I love that. Isn't that great? And so there, you're going to get wonderful clouds. I don't know if you can see that. I'm just going to hold it up just a little bit more. It's going to run a little bit, but that way you can see it. This is the way the clouds work. And then we have all these beautiful flowers with the sap green in there. It is just a wonderful piece to send or to keep on your own. So remember, I've said before, we've done a few of these. When you take off the tape, look at that nice border you're going to get. And I did this one on a note card. And, you know, usually we've been framing them, but I just really like the way this looks, just the way it is. I have nice edges all the way around. I even have a nice, wonderful edge on the bottom. So I'm just going to sign it and call it done. Woohoo! I love that. So we took a lot of techniques here, and I wanted to tell you that by using the basting brush and some of these tissues, wet and dry, you can create this painting. Another example of what I had And this is going to be your homework because I thought it would be kind of fun to do more things, but we're going to let you do this one on your own. This time you're going to turn your card straight up and down. You're going to do the same thing with a basting brush, but you're going to change the colors a little bit with some oranges and reds. This could be Indian paintbrush, it could be poppies, it could be anything. And then you're going to add the sap green. Then you're going to take, for the top, you're going to do the spitwad clouds, remember the spitwads, and put them in there, paint around them, and you will have your own creation. So, with that being said, I hope you're going to have a fun time painting, and get your basting brush out and your tissues, and you'll come up with this beautiful landscape. Anyway, thank you very much. I hope you've enjoyed it. And at the Foothills Art Center, we are doing some Zoom classes. I've been teaching classes once a week, and we're doing a lot of different techniques, and it's really nice because you can really watch as the painting evolves. And if you go to www.foothillsartcenter.org, you can find out the classes, you can sign up, and it would be nice to see you in some class. Anyway, thank you very much. Have a wonderful day, and we'll see you again soon.
Hey Golden, City Manager Jason Slowinski here. Our cultural institutions play such an important role in help making Golden the great community that it is. Foothills Art Center, and the visual arts in particular, bring out the best in creativity in all of us. Foothills has been a big supporter of Golden the last couple of years and helped us work through some important community dialogue. So this Tuesday, they need your help. Support Foothills Art Center, help keep it a strong institution, and help it keep making Golden the great place that it is. Thank you for your support, and now I need to get back to work.
Hey everyone, we're back. Let me make sure the mic is good. Oh, there we are, folks. How's everybody doing? Well, we've blown through 33 minutes of this, and we're having a good time. You guys having a good time there? I'm guessing that that's a big yes. We haven't messed up so far, which is great. But maybe what you guys have noticed is that if you're on foothillsartcenter.org, there's a whole interface there that you can see, and it has these different milestones that we're trying to reach. And during this mini telethon that we're trying to do, after we hit a certain milestone, then we're going to do the thing that's in the milestone. And so we already blew past our $5,000 goal here, and basically what we're doing is we're adding up the ones that are coming in on the phone and the ones that are coming in up top here. Right there, no, yes, it's one of these. And to get to our total, so you'll see $45.95 plus $21.96. You guys aren't making this easy. We have a stretch goal of $15,000 tonight, and if we hit that, apparently I'm getting my head shaved, which I'm not very excited about, but I do need a haircut since no one is open, so that's great. And then at the $10,000 mark, Eriq is getting a tattoo of a picture hook, which is fabulous because he deals with those every 12 to 15 weeks in a major way. That's going to be a future video, Eriq getting that tattoo, but unfortunately the head shaving will be tonight. And I'll just have to wear a hat for 2 weeks. So yearbook photos, we already kind of got to that, so let me tee that up for you guys, and you can see what all us Foothills staff used to look like when we were youngins. There we go. Top left, we've got Maura McInerney, who's our curator of education. Jane with the red shirt right next to her. Next to her is Christian, who is very cute. Christian, he has colored hair now, which, you know, that's great. Sherry is on the far right. Eriq looking very suave, bottom left. And then there's Anna. And then next to her, who do we have here? Is this Cecile? Cecile is our newest employee, and you guys are going to meet her later on tonight. Cecile is our new development director. We're so excited to have her. And then bottom right is yours truly, with my big toothy grin. So yeah, that is what we looked like in grade school. Heaven help us. Soak that in, audience. Here comes the horrible comments. Yes, I am going to, or someone's going to shave my head on live TV. So yes, that is going to happen. If we hit 15 grand, yeah, I'll do that. I will do it because, you know, that's the kind of guy I am. I'm real humble about it too. So back to me. You know, guys, combined, we're already up to 8 grand, and that's ridiculous. Thank you guys out there. I've got the board over here showing me what's happening, you know, and the staff is dispersed in a very safe manner up here in the classroom. I want to give a big shout out first to some of our existing donors. Betsy A. Thorpe with Wells Fargo Advisors started the year sponsoring free admission for us at Foothills Arts Center, and we haven't been able to do that, and she's been so gracious and, you know, continuing that sponsorship, and we love Betsy, and we can't wait to have all of you guys back out here when we finally are able to open up. Also want to say a big shout out to Howard Massini. Howard is a sponsor for our Founder Circle group. I'll talk about Founder Circle later on in the evening here, but that's what we're going to do. Eriq? Where's Eriq? Eriq's, oh, how convenient. Eriq's going to be dancing for everyone between now and, you know, probably going to make him dance for a while. He's just going to dance right behind me. Eriq's a great dancer. I don't know if you guys know that or not. Little tidbit that you guys can discover tonight. I found that out at his wedding. And so he knows how to bust a move, as the kids say. I think, do the kids still say that? I don't really know. While we're waiting for Eriq. Oh no, Eriq's right there. Come on down, Eriq. Don't be shy. Don't be shy. Eriq's just going to dance just
in the background?
Just in the background. He's just going to dance behind me.
Just don't. Can you hear my music?
No, I can't hear you.
Okay, good.
Your headphones on.
Yeah, but they're open.
Oh, no. Eriq's going to bust a move back here. That's really good. I like that. That's great. It's not, yeah. You know, while we're got everyone online, this will be a great opportunity to thank our members at Foothills Arts Center. You guys have been fantastic, sticking with us throughout this whole drama that we've been dealing with COVID-19. And so we've been very excited to have everyone as members. We're looking forward to welcoming our members back in a big way later on this year. It's very hard not to laugh while I talk. And so, yeah, anything else I should be talking about right now? Ways to give, certainly here, down here. You can go to foothillsartscenter.org, make a donation. You can also call the number that's down here as well. That's our front desk, and we'll be happy to have your support. So right now we're going to move it right along. I'm going to show you guys some more videos from our vast collection here, and we're going to kick it off with James Matera, who's one of our outstanding members, and then you're going to hear from him. So we'll see you soon.
I'm Jim Matera. I started my art in 2012. I do primarily wood sculpture. The piece that is in the Foothills Center member show is a piece that I titled Higher Self. The piece is primarily a wood. It's made with wood and plastic tubing. The plastic tubing is actually from my mother. After her demise, I gathered up all the hundreds of feet of coil of plastic tubing that was left over that would have been discarded, and I thought, I'm going to set this aside, and when I do start my art, I'm going to use this in some way, shape, or form. When I thought about the piece, I thought about the fact that I was becoming more and more aware that our society was becoming polarized, and I wanted to create an art piece that would in some way artistically celebrate the fact that diversity was going to be our salvation. And so that is the essence of the piece. One of the things that for me has been so important and so refreshing about doing art, and this was really a discovery I made once I started, was the dynamic nature of it. For me, one of the nice things about abstract art, and I've always been drawn to abstract art, whether it be painting or sculpture, is the openness to interpretation. It's kind of like a dream or a Rorschach test in a way. It's their own individual life and circumstance into the piece, and to make their own judgment about it and their own interpretation. There's a quote that somewhat wraps up how I've thought about my sculpture, and it is by actually another sculptor, Asumu Nuogachi, and it is, you can find out how to do something and do it, or you can do something and find out what you did.
I'm here today with Bart Lenard. He is a local tattoo artist, and he's going to be doing a show in our community gallery upcoming this year. He's actually the second selection we've had for our open call in the community gallery, which is something we're going to start to do, and or have been doing now. I think the last year was Diana Fox. That was our first year. I think I'm going to start doing actually 2 opportunities a year for that gallery. We're here just to talk a little bit today about his art and about what he's doing in his career, and introduce him to all of you guys. So hopefully we come up with something entertaining. So Bart, if you want to just talk a little bit about yourself.
Like you said, my name is Bart Lenard. I own a small tattoo shop here in Golden called Great Day Tattoo on South Golden Road. Been open since about August, but I've been tattooing in the community for about 3 or 4 years now. So yeah, originally started tattooing in Indianapolis, Indiana. I've been tattooing off and on when I probably shouldn't have been for about a decade, but professionally for about 7 years now. So I guess I went to, I don't know how much info you want, but I went to...
Here's a question. What was your arts background before you started tattooing?
Yeah, I was about to say that, so that's good. I went to a school called Franklin College in Franklin, Indiana, and I double majored in art history and graphic design. So I've always kind of had an art background, was always interested in tattooing, doing Sharpie back pieces on friends in high school and stuff like that. But so that's kind of where it started, I guess, and kind of started dabbling in tattooing during college. And once I got out, thought I would want to be a graphic designer, and realized it wasn't really for me. Lucked out, met some really cool people in the tattoo industry, and finally found a way to do it professionally and continue to grow and get better. So yeah.
Awesome. Yeah, I think a lot of people wanted to do graphic design when they were younger, and then started to learn like what the real job entails, and I got scared off. I was like super into that idea when I was in high school, advertising arts and graphic design, and I just couldn't make peace with printers.
The printing side is really, my wife does. She used to do the printing side, and once we kind of met, and she realized how terrible, like I can get the idea down and design it well, but once it setting it up for print is a whole nother game, and it's very, and so printers and designers are kind of, it's funny. She's like, you set this up like this? I'm like, looks fine to me.
Yeah, so one thing I wanted to get into you a little bit today, which I think is really interesting about the tattoo process, is kind of the collaborative nature of having a living canvas and kind of working on this commission basis. And I wanted to talk a little bit more about what makes tattooing a unique art form in that sense. And maybe while we do that, while you talk about that and we discuss it, I'm going to pull up some of the images you sent me and just screen share those so that folks can see some of your work.
Yeah. That's great. Yeah, with tattooing, I mean, there's a whole different, like, I mean, it depends on the artist and how they kind of want to set up their experience for the most part. Wings and a scorpion tail.
Hey, I just watched a little Disney movie called Onward, and this creature is featured in that movie more or less. In that movie, they call it a manticore.
That's it.
Okay.
Fun. I don't think that his idea was based off that Disney movie.
No, that movie just came out like a second ago. These things, they've been in Dungeons and Dragons and stuff forever.
But yeah, he said he just wanted that and trusted me enough to draw something up, and I kind of added my own little thing. I really like eyeballs that are multicolored. Who doesn't? Kind of added my own flair to it. He sat that whole time that was one session, about 4 hours on his ribs. He's a crazy person.
Yeah, that sounds like it would be a real endurance challenge.
I was like, how are you feeling? And he's like, my arm's a little tired from raising it over my head. I was like, shoot.
Wow, that's all you have to say, huh?
That's it. It's obviously everybody's a little different on how they take pain, and that's probably the ideal. It lets me work. I don't have to worry about hurting them because I don't think I'm hurting them at all. So that's kind of in the back of my mind. I can strictly focus on getting it done and getting it done well. And that's how we got it done so fast. So.
Yeah. So it seems like part of being a good tattoo artist is being a good communicator.
Absolutely.
And I think I've had tattoo experiences where you feel like you're just not getting on with the tattoo artist, and you feel like either nervous to make a suggestion or express yourself, or you feel that they're just not understanding you, and it's not a situation where you want to keep your mouth shut, right? Because speak up now or forever deal with the consequences of you not saying it.
Exactly. And that's how people wind up getting cover-ups or something, because they're afraid to speak up and say, man, I really wish he would have done this differently. And sometimes it is a tough job to figure out what people want inside their head and portray it into this 2D image and then put it onto their body. Like people are like, oh, I just want this like simple triangle. And I'm like, okay, it's a very simple, basic design, but it's actually kind of hard. And I'm like, oh, really? It's like, well, not if you know what you're doing, but have you ever drawn like perfectly straight lines on a mushy surface with a vibrating pen in your hand? And like,
yeah,
that sounds difficult. It's like, yeah, but it is tough, and people need to like speak up. And I find it like I'm very good at communicating. I make sure everything's spoken for and people know exactly what they're getting. If I'm thinking I want to do a color, I'll ask before, because some people are like, yeah, this guy did this green and I never knew he was going to do that and I hate it. It's like, I try to not do that at all.
Yeah, be very upfront with what's going on.
And it helps to be communicated. That's pretty much the whole process. Unless somebody sees like a lot of things that are popular in tattooing would be like a pre-drawn design. Like you have an artist that you really like that just does something and you're like, that resonates with me a lot. I want that exactly. Which is a cool thing too. I do that as well. It's not all collaborative. Like sometimes it can be, but it's a wide range. Sorry.
Yeah.
I'm going all over the place.
No. This is perfect. I'm working on, I don't know why here. Hold on a sec. I wanted to have it so that all the images you sent me were like in a slideshow. I think I have it here. Here we go. Here's the Bob's Burgers logo.
That's on Christian. Works for you guys.
Yeah, that I can't say I've seen this one up close. Wait.
Yeah.
My screen share is paused.
So,
here we go.
Like this one, I mean, this is like an instance where I drew a sticker for an awesome local burger shop called Bob's Burgers.
Yes, I have it on top of my work computer.
Nice. And then, somebody wanted it tattooed, which is a cool thing.
Yeah.
You have to kind of change it up a little bit, because what looks good as a sticker or an art piece or, any other kind of media doesn't always look good as a tattoo. But I think we got pretty close on this one. So
No, I think this is such a great logo. I think it's a really good example of, I think a lot of corporate identity and logo stuff can get very, very sanitized and very clean and very sharp. And everybody's always interested in doing a one color, right? Because it saves you money in printing, so that you can just have this very, very ubiquitous sort of image. And now you've gone and done something that's like more hand-drawn in its appearance. It's got a lot of colors. It's got a lot of motion, and there's shading and gradient. And like, this is going to have to be sublimated if you put it on anything and you want it to look good, right? So it
was like a t-shirt would cost a ton of money or something.
Yeah, how many screens, right, would it require? So it's gorgeous. And I think that takes a lot of skill to get a logo that where you try and take upon all of those extra complicating factors and still create something really cool and really tight.
And it's like I was saying before, it's just about being adaptive and figuring out what that company or that person in a tattoo form like wants, and what's going to look good over time too. It's really important to me. Yeah. Because sometimes people come in with an idea and it's like, I'm going to have to simplify that. And that's good because that's my graphic design background coming in. Like, we need to simplify as much as possible to where this looks good. Yeah. Like, and that's a lot harder than adding a ton of detail. You can add a ton of detail to stuff. It's taking away that I believe is hard. So
but finding that less is more space.
And in the tattoo world, like, some tattooers, including myself, like, coming up that don't respect the traditional tattoo, like the Sailor Jerry stuff or whatever, and then start tattooing for a while, you realize that stuff is way more difficult to do or draw that way. It's an application. It's simplified to the very core, and you still know what it is. A lot of people use the term cartoony for it, which is right. It's more like a folky kind of, kind of more. It's just way. It just resonates with me so much more. And I think if people, like, the more you look into tattooing, the more you start to appreciate it and stuff.
Yeah, it's kind of like looking at a very it's something that's very, very well built and engineered over a long period of time to be exactly what it needs to be in terms of imagery. And right, you were mentioning it needs to look good in the long term. So what are some of the things that, like, what's that style, what you're calling the Sailor Jerry, that's called like American traditional? Is that the term?
The American traditional, yeah.
Oh, so that style of tattooing. Do you have an example of that in the pictures you sent me?
Possibly. I mean, so I got to shout out another local restaurant that I do a lot of graphic design work for, Bonfire Burritos, right there on my hat.
My favorite.
So I did their logo 7 years ago. One of my cousins, one of the owners there. Great group, great food, all that stuff. And this was like a more getting back to that simplification we were talking about in that traditional style of minimal colors, minimal detail, simplified down. I think that beer mug down below is actually like a Sailor Jerry design that I kind of redrew.
Oh, okay.
So, and that's like super popular in the tattoo industry, just borrowing traditional flat. So I just did this flash sheet for them just to kind of get back into painting. I hadn't done it in a while. So it was an exercise for me, and just wanted to rep the community as much as possible. So
yeah. What did you use for this? Is this in a water media?
Yeah, so that's watercolor paper with liquid acrylics and then some watercolors. Just kind of a mixed media of stuff.
Yeah. This is cool.
I think I used one of those nib pens for the lining just to test myself. So you might see a few little black specks where I got a little. It's hard, like the little dip pens with the quill and everything. I use that.
Oh, really? Oh, yeah, I can see. So this is you practicing with that. So this is a proper, like, inkwell type situation?
Yeah.
Here's some of the little speckles you were talking about, I think.
The imperfections to me are fun. I think I lined this sheet out 5 times before I got to this one.
Wow.
And then I got it to where I lined it out well, and I was happy with it. And I was like, all right, shoot, now I got to color it. So don't mess up. But it's those little imperfections sometimes that, I'm still a human being.
Yeah.
And that's remind people while I'm tattooing. And that's the crazy part, like it's on somebody forever.
Right.
And a lot of responsibility with that. And I really respect people's trust. And I try to prepare myself as much as possible to do the best job I can do. But at the end of the day, I'm still a human being. And it's usually like, oh, if something happens, usually it's stuff that only like trained eyes will be like, oh, that's a little bit of a mess up. But most of the time, as long as people are happy, that's really what I shoot for.
Yeah, I mean, well, this is ridiculously clean, and I think that that's as good a moral to sort of wrap this interview up on, is just like we are all human beings, and we're human beings created art, and like if it was done by some sort of perfect robot, there would be no value in it at all, right?
And some people want that, and that's totally fine. It's all subjective, whatever you want, whatever makes you. Some people want tattoos that aren't clean at all. Totally fine.
Yeah.
Just what makes a good tattoo to you is what you should shoot for. So
totally. Well, thank you for giving us this opportunity to highlight an art form that we don't get to talk about a heck of a lot. And I think there's an underappreciated amount of skill that goes into it, and your talent and the hard work that you put in is really evident. I'm very, very excited to have a show with you. I think we're gonna focus a little bit on the process of a tattoo from kind of its conception into the final product, and we talked a little bit about this idea of like a timeline. So I think that's gonna be really great, and everybody out there watching should get excited for that show. That's going to be in our community gallery coming up. I know that'll be in the fall, correct? Okay. I know that. Yeah.
Or the week before.
Our schedule is in total upheaval right now, as you can imagine. So I'm trying not to promise anything in terms of when we're going to reopen or when anything is going to be, because everything's going to cascade down upon each other. But to all of you guys out there in TV land, I thank you for watching, and stay tuned with us on social media. And if you like what we're doing, please consider being a member, making a donation, so we can keep bringing you more content like this. We're really just trying to stay in contact with our membership and keep inspiring you guys. I thank you again, Bart, for your time. And let's stay in touch in the coming months, and I hope you stay healthy.
Absolutely, you too. Thank you. Wash your hands, everybody. Have a great day.
Everybody wash your hands. All right, man, take it easy.
It's the Foothills Art Center, Giving Tuesday. We'd sure appreciate it if you'd like to donate on the Foothills Art Center, Giving Tuesday. We'd sure appreciate it if you'd like to donate. Thanks so much for tuning into the Foothills Art Center Giving Tuesday. We hope you're having a lovely day. I hope you enjoy the rest of your week. Please stay safe, and thanks for supporting the local community.
You just start talking. Welcome back, folks. You guys enjoying yourselves? I know I am. After watching that tattoo segment, I'm thinking maybe I should probably go get a tattoo. Probably something across my chest that says Foothills Art Center. I think we'd have to get into the $1 million range for me to do that here at Foothills. Yeah, I'm going to take that back immediately. Eriq is still dancing back here. He's doing a great job. He's getting tired. He's starting to breathe heavily, actually. It's getting a little annoying. Eriq, why don't you join me for a second? Oh, no, he wants to dance. I can't hear you. He's got the headphones in, and now he's going to dance with Kiba. Guys, we are at 81:56. When we started this journey, I didn't think we'd get to 8156 that fast. So either a couple things are happening here. Either you want to get this over with, or you're just very excited about this event. And if you like this event, comment on Facebook, comment on YouTube. Let us know how we're doing. We'd love to hear from you. Well, we got a comment right here. So that's great. Thank you to all the people that are donating. You're really making this work really well. Eric's working up a shiny sweat over here. Eriq, you know, while we have you here, you know, it might be a good time to talk about what's going on with you and how exhibits are running and, you know, give the folks at home an update.
Okay, let me catch my breath. So basically, we are doing what we can to get open again as soon as possible.
Yep.
As far as we know now, restrictions will be slightly loosening going forward.
Yeah.
As of next week, which means it's time to get all of the old artwork the heck out of here and get ready to open up 3 new shows. Usually we would take about 3 weeks to install 1 show, but I think we're going to try and do 3 shows in 4 weeks.
Nice.
And get open, at least in limited fashion, sometime in June.
Yep.
I cannot speak to whether or not we're going to be able to do receptions yet based on regulations. However, at least stuff will be on the wall. You come in during regular business hours and come check it out.
Yeah, and for those at home, I know we'll be creating content based on the new exhibits that are going up. So for those that don't want to venture out, you should still be able to access all that on foothillsartcenter.org. One of the milestones that we've already passed is Eriq here is our in-house gamer. If anyone knows any gamers, this whole platform that we're using today is something that gamers do to raise money for charity. And we just sort of picked it up over the past like 2 weeks, trying to figure out how we're going to do this telethon.
It's very impressive.
Well, yeah, I'm pretty proud of all of us for getting all this content together so quickly and learning it so fast. But if anyone is connected to gamers out there that want to partner with us in that fashion, let us know. But Eriq is our resident gamer here. He plays a wonderful game that I think maybe some of our older folks and younger folks might be familiar with too. It's called Dungeons and Dragons.
Yeah, one of our milestones. What was the number for that milestone?
7,000.
7,000. Okay, so at the $7,000 milestone, we have conscripted the FAC staff to go through a short Dungeons & Dragons adventure with me, dungeon mastering said adventure, and we will record that, and that will go up on our YouTube channel. We might cut it down into its highlights, but regardless, we're going to play through the whole thing, and it's surely going to be really fun. So any of you guys that want to see some good role-playing and improvisation from people here at Foothills Art Center, we will do that, including accents and...
Do we have to wear costumes?
No, but you can. You can wear costumes.
Great.
You know, bring your D20s, bring your imagination.
Okay.
And, you know, watch out for that status effect damage.
I don't know what that is, but it sounds thrilling.
You'll learn.
So a lot of you have been asking about the down here. You know, we couldn't quite figure out how to get these two to add up. And so that's why we have 2 separate thermometers here for our goal. I mean, obviously you'll see if you add up the bottom and if you add up the top. And the number that I gave you, 8156, also includes pledges that we have from folks either before or during this event. And so the official number is 8156 right now. I know that we have coming up here pretty soon. I'm going to play a couple more segments for you guys. But before I do that, I want to tell you a little bit about Founders Circle. Founders Circle is a group of supporters at Foothills Art Center that give annually over $1,000. And if you go to foothillsartcenter.org/Founders Circle or under the gift tab, you will see all the benefits that are associated with Founders Circle. We do events for that group here at Foothills, and there's other exclusive opportunities that we have for them. These are our supporters that are with us through thick and thin and really love us and really believe in what we do with the arts here at Foothills Art Center. So if that's something you think you're interested in, if you want to join at that $1,000 level, let us know. You'll also see when you check out that we have some rewards too that you can choose from. Hopefully you guys are taking advantage of that. One of our board members, Melanie Smith, was so kind to create and stitch and donate. You want to grab those, some face mask. You know, you're going out into some seedy public environment and you're like, you know what, I need to be protected. You might want to have some of these.
Whoa, there's Foothills ones?
Yes, they are.
What?
I washed my hands.
I
so-
didn't. I'm not gonna open it.
Look, Foothills Art
But I
Center.
want to show you guys. Oh, that one's got the logo too.
Aren't these masks amazing?
Whoa, is that an iron-on applique?
I don't know what it is. It looks amazing. So when you're out in public, avoiding the Rona, you can just, pop one of these bad boys on and
And you can rep us.
Yeah, you totally can rep Foothills. So without further ado, when I come back, I'm going to prank call one of our board members. I'm going to do it live on air. It's going to be exciting. You guys want to see it, obviously, and I'm going to do it.
If anybody has any good prank phone call tropes that they want to loan us for the purposes, put it in the chat.
Yeah. I have it on good faith knowledge that this particular board member is not watching right now. So I feel pretty good about this prank call. I haven't pranked anyone since probably, I was going to say middle school, but it's probably college. Let's be real. So it ought to be fun. Right now we're going to watch a little video that Christian and I put together when this whole corona started. And we'll have some other videos after that. So stay tuned. Thanks for being with us, and we'll see you in a little bit. Hey, welcome to Foothills Art Center. I'm Hassan.
I'm Christian.
And we are here to bring you a very fun activity today. Most of you are probably at home, probably with kids, probably with small kids and big kids. And we have an activity that's going to be super fun. And me and Christian are going to duke it out. And we're going to show you how it's done. But we have a lot of materials here that you probably have at home, like tissue boxes. Hopefully you have water. Hopefully you have paper towel. But if not, you could probably use an old washcloth. We have Sharpies, cotton balls, some googly eyes, construction paper, aluminum foil. We have a lot of supplies here, but we try you probably have at home. So today what we're going to do is we're going to make monsters out of tissue boxes. And are you ready?
Yeah.
We're going to do 15 minutes. And we're just gonna go for it. I'm gonna set my timer here.
I'm pretty surprised I made this in 15 minutes.
Time's up. We did it. We did it. You ready for the big reveal?
Yeah. Just turn around. Oh man, I'm messing up the paint job. Pretty freaking cool.
That's pretty cool.
That wins.
That wins?
You barely before the other one's even seen. I win automatically.
So what did you use? Let's go through it here.
I covered foil because I thought the box was pretty bland. I used, I thought it would stand up, but it looks kind of cool. And then yeah, I used, for a tongue, I used lots of eyeballs. One side that has one eyeball, like
Multiple.
5 eyeballs.
Nice.
And then,
Why could you do with the straws? How
yeah,
you
the
cut 'em
straws,
off?
he can wants to, you know?
If I saw during COVID-19
Yeah,
2020.
I'd run. What is that? Okay, let's see yours.
Well, I'm pretty basic. I thought, simple is good. So with my guy, he's raging out because of the virus, and he's not happy about it, but he wants to be creative, and so yeah, a lot of red, some antenna for the pipe cleaners, and yeah, so good job, Christian.
Thanks.
We'll be back next week with some toilet paper tubes, because hopefully people have lots of those laying around.
I don't know where those are going if they don't have them. Oh my God.
We'll have an activity with those. In the meantime, everyone be safe, wash your hands a lot, and we'll see you next time.
Hi, my name is Andi Burnum, and I want to thank you for being part of Foothills Art Center. For me, Foothills has really given me the best friends, the best community, mentors, and critique partners a girl could ask for. Thank you so much.
Hi, hello. Hi, I am Nikki Nienhuis, and I am the chair for the Open Studio Group at Foothills Art Center. And I'm honored today to be able to share with all of you who we are at Open Studios, what we do, and why it's such a special group, and why Foothills Art Center is such an important place to belong to. So to begin with, the Open Studio Group is an group of artists of all different ages and all different practices. We have artists who draw, artists who do collage, artists who work with paper. We have painters in mediums such as watercolor and acrylic and oil, and we have people who do all of those things. We even have an artist who is a professional jewelry maker, and she's been diving into doing abstract painting, which is super exciting. And the wonderful thing about what we're doing there in the Open Studio Group is that we're a collaborative group that supports each other and brings each other ideas and suggestions and recommendations to become such a thriving artist in a community. I've been a professional practicing artist for just over 2 years now after leaving my full-time job, and joining the Open Studio Group was the best thing I've ever done. The opportunities are endless. The connection, the community, the people, they mean everything to my career. Obviously, artists are well known for working in solitude. I'm here and this is my home studio, but when we weren't practicing social distancing and quarantine time, I absolutely loved going to the classroom at Foothills Art Center, because there'd be a dozen or two other artists working and hashing out their creative process, and the energy is just palpable. We often would do midday critiques of each other's work. We've had several paid critiques happen in the classroom, and so we've all learned how to do a subjective or an objective critique for each other, which is super helpful. We have over 40 artists that are part of our open studio group. So there's a diverse level of knowledge, of experience, and so it's just super valuable. So we usually would be working together in the Peterson classroom at Foothills Art Center a couple days a week. And now we're operating out of our home studios. And it can get really lonely and hard to get motivated. And so over the past couple weeks, our group has put together a virtual open studio. We have been joining together on Fridays over Zoom, and we share the videos of our studio, or we'll put up a piece of artwork and talk about it. Sometimes we just share something that's inspired us for the week or something we've learned. And we're also there to support each other and in this really weird time of COVID. So I wouldn't be as far along in my career without Foothills Art Center and the Open Studio Group. So I am ultimately thankful for all that they do. Now, to be part of Open Studio, you would need to be at the Explorer level of membership, and then just sign up to be part of our group, and we can welcome you over Zoom. And we have put together a way, if we get through this quarantine, to meet over the summer, because the classroom is busy with the kids camps. So we have an ongoing community year-round. I really hope that you will support Foothills Art Center in this desperate time of need, and because for the arts community, Foothills has been the most supportive partner that we could ask for. So thank you for listening, and thank you for visiting me here in my home studio. Once again, my name's Nikki Nienhuis, and I am the chair for Open Studio. And if you have any questions or want to contact us directly, you can email us at openstudio@foothillsartcenter.org. So take care. Thank you.
I'm Gene Youngmann. I'm a Colorado watercolorist. I've been painting watercolors for over 50 years. I have a master's degree in drawing. I primarily paint plein air, which means I go out on location during the warm months of the summer, but in the last 18 months I've been doing more studio work, so that's what's happening at this point. I've done a lot of truck paintings or vehicle paintings over the years, and I can't afford to restore old trucks and cars, so I paint them, which my wife appreciates, because we don't have all those parts and stuff laying around. So one of the things that with doing the paintings of the truck is after a while you want to do something to change them up. So the painting that's in the show at Foothills is called Fractured Memories. And what I was trying to do was to try to take the realistic image of the painting and push it a little bit more abstract. So it has a kind of an abstract feel to it, even though it's kind of shattered, I guess is the best term. When I was in high school, I took all the art classes that you could get. I went to Arvada West High School, so I took all the art classes that you could get at that time, and I went away to college to become a potter at the University of Northern Colorado. And when I got there was 57 other kids that wanted to become potters too, and my dad's, who was an art student himself, said maybe you ought to think about teaching it so you have something to fall back on. So I went into the teaching part of it, and doing that you need to know about drawing and painting and all the other aspects of art. So that's kind of how I got into the watercolor. And my high school art teacher at that time was a watercolorist, Dave Passarelli. So I started doing a lot more watercolor. I got my master's degree in drawing from UNC in 1979, and during the summer months when I wasn't teaching, I would go out with Dave and we would just paint along the Front Range. My father was a photographer for over 75 years. I kind of have this innate thing that I can see the composition before I put it down on the paper. So as I'm traveling around the Front Range or driving, and my wife will testify to this, there's lots of times we have to go back around the block because I saw a painting, and a lot of times when I would go out to paint, I would see the painting before I put it down on the paper. And the ironic thing is I didn't teach a whole lot of watercolor when I was teaching. I taught drawing for 25 years at Golden High School, so my primary thing was to teach drawing, and when I would come home at night, I would paint, or during the summer months, I would do watercolor on location. I taught for 30 years. I retired from teaching, and now I'm an artist full-time. I still teach periodically. I recently was in charge of the large show at the Arvada Center. I put on the Western Federation of Watercolor show with a team of artists of 11. I'm often asked, you know, if I could only have one media, what media would I take? And even though I'm a watercolorist, I say, well, I would take a wooden pencil. You know, if that's the, you know, they're going to take away everything except one, what would it be? I would stick with a wooden pencil, just because I love the feel of pencil on the paper. Same way as I love the color. But I always start from a drawing, a pretty well-developed drawing, before I add the color to it. I use thin layers of watercolor and build up the color. That requires some patience, and it also requires a good paper. The piece of paper I'm working right now is not the most advantageous for it, but a heavy paper will accept a lot of water, and so you can put lots and lots of layers of color on it. I like that when the color builds up, it gets a richness to it that you can't get from just the straight color out of the tube. So that's why I do a constant glazing, one color over the top of another one. And that's primarily how watercolor started out. It was started out as being a transparent media, and that's the way I like to work with it. How do I get started becoming an artist? Get yourself a sketchbook and a pencil and just start drawing. Anything and everything that you like. It can be out of your head, it can be observation. That'll get you inspired. And then if you decide you want to paint, you've got some references you can go back and paint. If you want to continue drawing, you can do that. Teaching for 30 years, 25 years at the high school, I taught over 10,000 students, and I have a lot of them come back and always tell me, boy, you were so right about using the sketchbook. And they still, to this day, I'll run to the students and say, I'm so glad you taught me how to use a sketchbook. So buy yourself a sketchbook and a good pencil and eraser and go for it.
Hi, I'm Camila Vititis, and thank you for watching the Foothills Arts Center Giving Tuesday.
We are back, folks. We are having a good time here at Foothills Arts Center. Thank you to everyone who has donated to our cause. We're at $8,276, which is just amazing. You guys just heard from Jane Youngmann. Jane Youngmann has been part of Foothills for many, many years. Talented watercolor painter. All of our artists that we're showcasing tonight are just really amazing. They're friendly, they're warm, they love the arts, they love sharing their craft with everyone. Hey, Cecile Forsberg, guys.
Hey.
Big clap.
Round of applause.
Cecile just started not too long ago.
I started on April 20th, so actually starting a new job during a global pandemic.
Yep.
Super interesting.
Yep.
I have actually just met Hassan today, right now, in person for the first time. Even though we've been working together for a couple weeks now, it's been really great. And the family of people here at Foothills is just amazing. I'm really excited to be a part of it.
That's great. And, we're glad to have you here. You guys will be hearing from her in a lot of different ways throughout the year, especially as we head into end of year. I was supposed to be prank calling a board member, and I think it's time for me to do that.
I think it is.
So
he's wrote me in, guys, because he doesn't want anyone to just be mad at him.
I don't. I'll set up the call for you guys. Basically, I'm going to be a representative from the National Toilet Paper Foundation. Is that what we're doing?
That's what we decided.
Yeah, yeah. And Jamie Sheridan, who's our board president, he bought too much excess toilet paper. We're looking to reclaim it. So I'm going to put this on speakerphone. I'm really nervous. So
I'm a little nervous.
Jamie's an attorney, so. But he is our board president. I think he likes me. So we'll find out, I guess.
What's your voice gonna be?
I'm going to use something nasally.
Perfect.
Yeah, do you like that?
So like me all the time.
Yeah. So I'm using Google Voice so that he doesn't see that it's my number. So it's showing up as a Colorado phone number. So hopefully he picks up. All right, here we go. Speaker. Oh my gosh.
Good afternoon, Sheridan Law.
Hello, this is Jim Sneevely from the National Toilet Paper Foundation. I'm looking for a James Sheridan.
Yes, I'm speaking.
James, we've got a word that you've bought too much excess toilet paper. And at the National Toilet Paper Foundation, we're looking to reclaim that for people who are just sitting around, if you know what I mean, with no toilet paper. Our records show here that you've got 6 cases in your garage, and the witness that we have says that you drive a Volkswagen SUV, so we're pretty sure we got you dead to rights here. When would be a good time for us to come and pick that up?
I should be done with it, in a few weeks. Do you want to get it done?
No, we're going to need virgin toilet paper, sir. We need the whole thing that you got there. We got a lot of people desperate around here.
Well, I'll definitely give you the toilet paper, but good luck getting it from my wife's cold dead hands.
Okay, well, we'll get that called and scheduled pretty shortly. Thank you, bye.
What you guys can't see right now is the entire Foothills Art Center staff standing here in a room laughing hysterically at us.
I think Jamie caught on.
I'm pretty sure he caught on.
I'm probably going to have to prank
Yeah.
I'm probably have to prank call another board member.
You might have to.
You're well practiced now. You just use that same.
Yeah. Okay. Well, that was actually kind of fun. I'm going to do that again. Not to Jamie, though. I think he must be watching.
Yes.
All right.
Well, I just want to thank you guys so much, too, and you will not be getting a prank call from me. You'll be getting an actual thank you call from me. So you'll be hearing from me over the week, and some of our board members, and Hassan as well. So thank you guys so much for donating, and we're so close to our goal. We're about $1,800 away, so every dollar counts. It's huge, and it really makes a difference for us,
Yeah.
and it helps us to continue paying our artists, our teachers, our utility bills, our staff, everyone here, and it's just an amazing opportunity for us to keep raising the funds and keep doing what we're doing.
Yeah, and we're having fun doing it. I hope you
We're
guys
having a
are
blast.
having fun with this. I'm like, we should do this again.
Don't get too many ideas.
Yeah. There's other ways to give, too. You can take a class, renew your memberships early, get a membership if you're not a member already at Foothills Art Center. We have our Colorado Watercolor Society exhibit. That's already online, even though We don't even have it yet in-house, so you should check that out on the website. There's also virtual classes that we're doing. We're using Zoom. I think everyone is a Zoom expert by now. Are those people called Zoomers?
Maybe.
I don't know.
The next generation might be Zoomers. Who knows?
Okay, Zoomer. Is that what you say to those people?
Probably.
I
No.
should copyright that. That's going to catch on.
But if you need help with figuring it out, call us too, because we're here to help you. And
Yes.
if you're new to it, and if it's something that you're not familiar with,
Yeah.
we've got you covered.
Our curator of education, Maura McInerney, she is a Zoom expert, very patient, willing to help anyone who is having problems trying to figure out the Zoom landscape, as you will. So what we're going to do now is we are going to, hey, look, another
$200.
Oh, we're
Thank
getting
you,
there.
Vivienne.
We're getting there. Getting there. Every time one of those comes up, we just get so excited here. We're going to continue on and with the fun, and we will see you guys. Oh, another $100. It's fabulous.
From Anonymous.
Yes, we'll take it. We'll see you guys in a little bit.
Thank you.
Hello, it's Victoria Eubanks, giving a shout out to the Foothills Art Center. I love teaching there. I love their art exhibitions. I love having my art used on a signal box in downtown Golden. I love the challenge to identify what inspires me in my art making. But most of all, I love being part of something bigger than myself. There's a whole tribe of creative folks at the Foothills Art Center. Let's show them some love. Thanks, Foothills.
I am an old woman, named after my mother. My old man is another, a child that's grown old. If my dreams were lightning, thunder was desire, this house would have burned down a long time ago. So make me an angel that flies from Montgomery. Make me a poster of an old roadie. Give me that I can hold on to believe that this living is just a hard way to go. When I was a young girl, I had me a cowboy. He weren't much to look at, just a free rambling man. But that was a long time. No matter how I tried, the years just float by like some broken down dam. So make me an angel that flies from Montgomery. Make me a poster of some old rodeo. Give me just one thing that I can hold on to. Believe that this living is just a hard way to go. There's flies in the kitchen, and I can't hear them buzzing. And I ain't done nothing since I woke up today. How the hell can a person go to work in the morning, come home in the evening, and have nothing to say? So make me an angel that flies from Montgomery. Make me a poster, some old rodeo. Just give me one that I can hold, to believe that this is just a hard way to go, to believe that this living is just a hard way to go.
Hello, Foothills Art Center supporters. My name is Cathy Jones, and I am an artist with the Open Studio Group. We get together at various times during the week to paint, and the group offers critiques and workshops. But what is most important is the camaraderie among the group. I encourage you to check it out.
Now, what I want to show you is the process of painting and releasing the chi energy by starting with something that you behold. And for me, it was again this morning, walking around the park in the early hours of the morning, pretty much alone, avoiding two other men who were out walking so early as we are doing these days. And I saw the cottonwoods, I saw the water, I listened to the geese squawking, and I wrote a haiku when I got back, and it goes like this. Gray March day, reeds bend, birds and geese, wild harmonies, cottonwoods silence. And that may be a finished one, or it may be a rough draft, but I have a feeling about that. And now what I will do is I will take my Sumi A brushes and I will paint that, releasing the chi energy, the chi or the energy that I felt in that experience of beholding this morning scene, being present to it. And by doing that, knowing that I was held, and it was almost as if all of that was also watching me. We were participating together in this moment of creation. And so this is the process of releasing that chi energy, releasing it back into the universe. And I have my best Schwan paper laid out, and I have 3 stones holding it in place a little bit. I have a couple of my favorite Sumi A brushes, one that is long time old one, my Phoenix brush, and also one I've just been playing around with a little bit that I've actually sold as part of one of the pieces of the kit that I sell for people in my workshops. So between one or both of these, I don't know what's going to happen here. I've got my rinsing tubs up here, various degrees of clean or not. I have my black Sumi A ink, I have the middle gray wash, and I have the clear water. This is clear, clean water, and I load my brush and squeeze out the excess. Then I go into the middle gray, and I load it about 3/4 of the way filled. And I drag off the excess so my brush isn't too soupy. I don't really want that color on the, I don't want that middle gray on the outside so much as to keep it on the inside. And then the third thing that I do is I tip this brush into my pure black Sumi ink, just a little tip of it. And then again, I'm thinking about what I saw this morning. I'm feeling this haiku, what that was like for me. And I'm going to see with a stroke or two if I have this sensation of being present and releasing the beautiful energy of all of that. And I'm feeling that maybe it would like one more line, perhaps, or not. This is the really hard part, trying to decide if it needs a little something else, or could that ruin it, which is sometimes is the case. You can overdo, and yet you want it to be complete. So I've taken this longer brush, done the same thing. I filled it halfway with the middle gray ink, and tipped it with black. I just have the feeling that if I had one more line coming in, it might be a bit more grounded. So I've done that, for better or for worse. There it is. I actually rather like it. Some things I would have done differently. You never know how it's going to come out. But I feel that I'm satisfied with this painting. Rinsing my brush out really well. Trying not to get the water up in the ferrules. And then after I've finished my painting day, I will take my brushes into the house and rinse them more thoroughly. And that, my friends, is my painting that I can put my seal onto, and that I can later do a wet paste mount and all the other good things to make it ready for showing and selling. Thank you for watching.
You've been on my mind, lost in summertime, blinded by the sunlight, footprints I can't hide. Oh, 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 and I fall back to you.
Thanks so much for watching the Foothill Arts Center's Giving Tuesday live stream. You can catch the full video of Fallback on YouTube. Peace and love.
Hey everyone, I'm Ellen Nelson. I'm a professional photographer from Evergreen, Colorado. One of my favorite things to photograph is wildlife. I put some of my photos in your hallway in March, right before the stay-at-home orders. Since your mascot is the coyote, I made sure to print 2 big photos of coyotes for you as my gift to the school. The coyotes were photographed in Montana, but I also photograph wildlife in my own backyard. Let's travel about 17 miles southwest of Shelton Elementary to Evergreen. This is my backyard in Evergreen. The distance from my deck door to this tree is about 25 feet. And you're going to recognize this tree in a bunch of my photos today. Here is the game cam and my bird feeders. In the summer, I put up a hummingbird feeder, but I take it down at night because I don't want to attract bears. But check this out. This bear was there during the day. It is very important that you stay safe when photographing wildlife. Do not feed wildlife and do not get too close. Wild animals can be unpredictable. I shot these while standing in my doorway. I really enjoy the game cam that we have in our backyard. They can be a lot of fun and fairly inexpensive. The one in our yard costs about $70. You can learn a lot about what's going on in your yard even at night. Here are some raccoons during the night. And here are the raccoon footprints on our deck. Looking for paw prints is a great way to tell if wildlife is nearby, especially after it snows. These are bear paw prints right out my front door. We sometimes get foxes coming through our yard, which I love to photograph. This is a gray fox. There are two things about gray foxes that you should know. First, they look a lot like the more common red fox, except that they have a black tip on their tail instead of a white tip. Check it out. These are red fox kits. Kits are what you call baby foxes, just like you would call a baby deer a fawn. Anyway, see the white tip on the tail? It's a red fox kit. Now look at the gray fox tail. See? It's a black tip. But there is another really cool difference between gray foxes and red foxes. Gray foxes can climb trees. They are the only fox species that can climb trees. Another fox that you may have seen is the silver fox. Some people call it a black fox, but it's officially a melanistic variation of the red fox, and it also has a white tip on its tail. Photographing wildlife is not always as easy as having them pose in your backyard. I have waited for hours just to get a glimpse of an animal, let alone a good photo. I went to this fox den location in my neighborhood about 5 times before I even saw the fox kit. I used my car as a blind so I do not startle the wildlife. This is what I normally use for wildlife photography. This is a fancy digital SLR camera. It's got a 200 to 500 millimeter zoom lens on it. You can see it goes from 200 to 500. 500 allows me to get even closer into the animals. And then this is a 200. But it is heavy. It's about 10 pounds. So sometimes I use something smaller. I have a Lumix, and so this is a smaller camera and it allows me to move around, or if I'm backpacking, this is a much better idea. You may have something like this. It's a one-shot camera, but guess what I use the most in all the times that I'm out taking photography? My phone, because that's what you've got with you. Here's an example of the recent supermoon photographed at 200 millimeters and at 500 millimeters. See how much closer I am with the 500 millimeter lens? Sometimes I just get lucky photographing wildlife. A few years ago, a neighbor called and said, "Ellen, get over here quick. There's a mountain lion in my backyard." I went to her house and she took me upstairs to their second floor bathroom. You could see the mountain lion across the yard, straight through the bathroom window. I took the screen off the window and quietly cranked it open. I closed the lid on their toilet and stood on it to get the shot. Can you believe it? I was standing on a toilet. I call this photo stink eye. I enjoy photographing the wildlife walking through my yard. You may have elk or deer or rabbits, chipmunks, squirrels, or birds that you can photograph outside. Or how about a sunset, or even your dog? You may be close enough to take the photo through a clean window. Here's how you do that. One of the things I like to do is when I'm inside and I look outside, I see something cool. I see a bird or a rabbit or raccoon. I don't want to scare it. So instead of opening up the door or the window, I photograph straight through the window. But how you do that, to do a really good job, is you need to take your camera or your phone, and here's the lenses right here, you put it flat up against the glass. That cuts out the reflection. If you have it slightly to the side where light's coming in this way or light's coming in from the top or the sides, then you'll get that reflection. You'll actually get a reflection of yourself on the glass. So have it right up against and you're ready to take the photo. Oh, look! Can you see the difference between the two photos I shot inside with my phone? This one has a reflection at the top because my phone was not flat up against the glass. And this photo has no reflection. It also helps if the inside of your house is dark. Hey, use this trick at zoo exhibits with glass barriers and aquariums. Thank you for watching my backyard wildlife video. I hope I gave you some ideas that you can try at home. I'm looking forward to seeing you all sometime in the future. You're welcome to contact me if you have any questions. Stay safe.
And we're back. Foothills Art Center, 809. Is that our address?
809.
It's been a while since I've been here.
I have to ask the same thing today.
809 15th Street, Golden, Colorado, where we are playing some of our favorites. We're also are live right now here at Foothills. It's a beautiful Tuesday. It's Giving Tuesday now. That's right, Giving Tuesday now. And now we have the lovely Maura McInerney, who's our curator of education. A lot of you may recognize her from classes, adult classes, kids classes. You may recognize her from other things.
Local elementary schools.
Local
Thank you very
elementary
much
schools.
to Ellen Nelson. Tom Sarmo and Cathy Fisher are all artists in our community who have shown their work at local schools as I grow a social emotional learning program. So thank you very much to them. Yeah, life is weird. It's different. But
So weird.
Also, thank you to all of my adult teachers who have embraced online classes. They are just going so wonderful. They are going so wonderful. I am so impressed with how much people embrace the change and are still creating some really beautiful artwork at home.
Yeah, I mean, I think if we don't embrace creativity in the arts, we're going to go nuts. I mean, that's just what's going to
Well,
happen.
we might be a little late. More nuts.
Speaking
nuts.
of nuts,
Yes.
it's a bad segue.
This is what we're doing right
look
now.
at these rocks.
This is something you can do right now.
You
I've been
can.
doing this at home with my boys. We paint rocks. We plant gardens and we paint rocks. If you would like one of these staff painted rocks, just please donate. We'll send you one. We'll send you a FAC rock. Not a fake rock.
No,
a FAC
we don't
rock.
want a fake
We'll,
rock.
we'll
These
mail
are real.
it to you.
These are real rocks, people. You could throw this through a windshield and it will break. I mean, don't do that.
Where are we? We have a really exciting milestone that I would love to hit.
Well, when we hit, what is it, $9,000? When we hit $9,000, we're gonna do 50 art kits to be distributed by Golden Backpack. And Maura, why don't you tell us what we did recently with them?
So COVID hit my job around spring break. I had spring break classes planned. I had 30 students expected over 3 days. And due to guidelines and safety precautions, we shut down camps. We refunded all of those parents, but I had enough art supplies to create some painting art kits. We created 30 art kits and we distributed them to Golden Backpack. Hi, Golden Backpack, we love what you do. And if we hit $9,000, I'll put together 50 more.
50 more.
We'll put together 50 more. So we are, $200 away from 50 new art kits being distributed to our community.
Yeah. We think, especially with parents who are home with their kids that need those creative supplies to keep
More
their
than
children.
just rocks?
Yes, more than just rocks. To keep their children at bay and to keep their mental gears running, besides video games and TV.
How are your kids?
Pretty good. I will say video games and TV has been the savior at our house. And I'm sure that's been the case for a lot of us. But I think as it heats up outside and we start, getting our gears shifted towards being outdoors and possibly thinking about other new activities we want to do, the arts are there for you.
They are.
They're there for you. We're there for you at Foothills Arts Center.
And we love what we do. So help us keep doing what we love to do.
Maura, can you tell us a little bit about what's in the pipeline as we're trying to plan for the next couple weeks?
Well, it's all out the window right now.
What?
The pipeline has been
broken, severed, and relocated.
So we're just following really closely to the state and county mandates and guidelines, and we're being really respectful of those. So I'm going to try my best to have summer camps go forward. Online classes, we're always at the bottom of our list to develop, and it really has been a wonderful opportunity to test those out, and I think that's something that will continue no matter what.
Yeah. Oh, I think so too. After
online
this
classes,
is over. Yeah.
More opportunities for art to do at home with your families, and as soon as it's safe. Like Eriq said, as soon as it's safe, we're going to follow all the guidelines and we'll get back to in-person.
We've had people from out of state join our online classes.
We've had people from New Zealand join our online classes.
That is just nuts.
Yeah.
Someone gave us a shout out earlier from St. Louis. They're watching from there. That's great. We love that you know, throughout this crisis, there's been some opportunity at least to sort of branch out and try some new things, but also gain an audience outside of our regular audience. So, yeah. Right now, what I want to do is I want to give a shout out to Eriq Silent. Eriq Silent is one of our board members, and it's his birthday today.
He has such an interesting business in Golden too.
Yeah, he does. He's the proprietor of Souders Studios. You know what? And I'm just going to call.
Food styling. He's a food stylist.
He is. He. When you're trying to buy that box of pumpkin pie or an energy bar, and you see the images, he takes those pictures. We had a Founder Circle event there this past November, where he set up this whole set that shows us, and he shot pumpkin pie with vanilla ice cream. And the only thing that was real was the pie. Everything else was fake.
It was shaving cream. What was the whipped cream?
It was powdered sugar that was moistened or something. I don't know. It looked exactly like vanilla ice cream. But we got to learn some tricks of the trade. So, you know, why don't we just call Eriq right now? I mean, what's he doing? He's at home probably watching this telethon. Let's see. I like calling people on air.
Hello, Hassan.
Oh, hello, Eriq. How are you?
I'm doing good. How are you?
I should say that you're live on our telethon. We just wanted to call and wish you.
Watching you, and I caught on that you were calling.
Oh, good. Well, lucky for you, you're not on the end of a prank call. So there's that.
Which I saw earlier.
Yes, we think Jamie got wise, so we're going to try someone else. I'm not going to say who. We just wanted to wish you a happy birthday, and Eriq did a matching gift earlier. You know, for his birthday, and we just wanted to say thanks for that, and thanks for being on the board. And Rick's only been on the board for what, a month or so, maybe more, couple months.
Well, yeah, probably 4 months.
I have no concept of time, Eriq. It's all out the window. So, how has your experience been on the board so far?
I've had a lot of fun.
I put him on the spot.
Sure did. Love promoting art as an artist, and really excited and happy to be involved, and I'm excited to, you know, see what the future brings once this crazy pandemic goes away. But also want to give you guys total credit for all of the online programming that you've been doing. It's been really wonderful, and we on the board have gotten some really great feedback.
Oh, thanks, Eriq. Oh, we appreciate that, and we appreciate you guys supporting us. What would you say to our listeners who are out there thinking, you know what, maybe I want to be on the Foothills Arts Center Board of Directors?
Well, I would say to anybody out there that wants to be on the Foothills Board of Directors, just give me a shout out. I'd be happy to talk to them, buy them a social distanced coffee, and share with them, you know, all that we do and what we are planning coming forward. And, well, you know, I'd love to share my experiences. So, yeah, anybody interested, just give me a shout.
Yeah, we will do that. And, you know, Eriq is our vice president on the board. Jamie Sheridan, as you all know, he uses way too much toilet paper, but he's also on the board as our board president. And, you know, we got a bunch of cast of characters. And, I mean, we got a fun staff here at Foothills. And so, you know, it's a fun, I would hope it's a fun job. I'm on the board, but they don't let me vote. So there's that.
Probably a good idea.
It's probably the best. Yeah.
We are $110 away from $9,000, which will get 50 art kits to Golden Backpack.
Yeah.
That is amazing. That's awesome.
It is amazing. Yeah. So people keep calling. You can call in. You can text that number that's at the bottom of your screen here. Some people have been asking about. Well, I'm gonna say goodbye to Eriq. Bye, Eriq. Happy birthday.
Happy birthday. Thank you. Bye bye.
But these numbers up here, when added up, give us our total. Everything's backwards. Am I doing this right? Yes. Yeah. So the official number is 8891. So that is where we are at. You know, At $9,000, we have 50 kits going to Golden Backpack to distribute to those in need. At $10,000, Eriq's getting a tattoo. I mean, of a picture hook.
He hangs a lot of art. It makes sense.
It doesn't make, yeah, you're right. It does. Where are you going to get that at? On his arm right here. We're going to film that, and you guys are going to see that in the future. And then Bart Lenard, who we had earlier on the program, he's going to do the tattoo. And Bart Lenard is where? Great Day Tattoo here in Golden. And you guys will be able to see, hopefully, his work later this fall in our community gallery. So right now, as you guys are calling in, put Eriq on the screen. He's a hunk. Oh, God.
Well, can I say thank you to all the teachers out there?
Yes.
Just all the teachers out there. We feel for you. The teachers out there are working 10 to 13-hour days right now outside of the classroom, and they miss their kids.
Yes.
They tell me all the time how much they miss their kids and how hard they're working. So thank you to all the teachers. I work with amazing Jeffco teachers every summer. So to art teachers, all the teachers out there, thank you so much for what you do.
Yeah, we're going to do a couple short videos here, and then when we get back, Eriq is going to do trivia. And Eriq's going to do trivia. You guys can answer in the comments. And Eriq's getting some hate chat on here, it seems. It went way up and then down real fast.
Oh, thanks, Kyle.
Yay, Kyle. So we'll be right back in a few minutes, and then get back. Eriq's going to do chat, and do you know what the prize is?
What is
I mean, I know.
prize?
I mean, I'm not. I
Do they
know
want
what
a
it
rock?
is. Well, I mean, we can give them a rock, sure.
$10
yeah.
away from.
$10
We are
away.
$10 away.
Oh, so close, people.
$10 away from
$10.
50 art kits for your community.
That's 2 lattes.
That's
right?
like 1 latte for you.
Where are you getting?
You get the extra sugar latte.
Don't-
You get like a venti.
My wife is watching this.
She knows.
No, she doesn't.
She knows now.
Come on, man. Way to go. My life hack has been exposed. That's great. Well, it's good seeing you, Maura. Bye. Maura's got to go
Thank you,
because
guys.
someone's calling her. And we're going to tee up some videos here. And then I have a feeling that by the time we get back to this screen, we're going to be at $9,000. We'll see you guys in a little bit. As soon as I figure out how to do this.
Tom Sarmo here, thanking you for being a supporter of Foothills Art Center. It's been a great place for me, both in terms of inspirational exhibitions that they have and exhibition opportunities for me personally as an artist. Best of all, I've gotten to teach workshops there. The good thing is I learn a lot and they're a lot of fun. If you're a member, thank you. If not, please consider joining. Thanks.
Hi, my name is Vivienne Douglas, and I'm an artist in the Open Studio group and a board member. I've appreciated the important part that Foothills plays in the local art scene. They have a great mix of classes for kids and adults and artists of all levels. They bring special events and programs to the community, and they have some great art shows. Personally, I've enjoyed Open Studio. It has let me paint together with fellow artists and good friends. And most important of all, I want to give special thanks to all of those who have supported Foothills over the years. Please give this Tuesday if you can. Thank you.
And we're back. That was a short little break there. Some clips that you're seeing right now, some of the wonderful things we do here at Foothills Art Center. We've been serving the Golden community and beyond for over 50 years. We're founded in 1968. We had a scrappy group of watercolor artists that said, you know what, let's build an art center here in this old church that was built in 1871. And here we are. So it's been a wild ride for many years. These past couple of years have been amazing for me as executive director. We've had 0 turnover in our full-time staff. I mean, that is amazing. I don't, and that's an accomplishment that just makes my heart smile, when I can tell that to folks. So super proud of that, super proud of our community that supports us in the best of times and in the worst of times. And this isn't the worst of times. I mean, Foothills Art Center has taken a hit big time on a lot of different areas. And so with our community behind us, we're so happy that we can continue doing the things that we love and that we know that you love. So up next here, we've got Eriq. He's going to be coming at us pretty hard with some trivia. So don't use your phones, people. Don't cheat. I mean,
They're not that hard.
That's just wrong.
We're going to,
and then the prize is the Ultimate Foothills member package. Tell us what that is, Eriq.
The Ultimate Foothills member package will go to the person with the most correct answers. Every time you get a correct answer, you'll get a point. And you got to be the first person in the chat with the correct answer to earn the point. Person with the most points at the end of 10 questions will earn the Foothills Art Center Ultimate Member Package, which consists of both an Art Explorer membership, which is one of our top tier memberships, and also a private tour of the exhibition of your choice with me, and we'll have a little wine and cheese and hang out and talk about art, and really just a great way to get acquainted with the Art Center. Again, think of a better way of getting.
Am I invited to this?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's up to the person who wins.
Oh.
I think it's up to the person who wins. There'll be a little box they can check with or without a sand.
Like that.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
Just saying.
Yeah. So are we ready? Are we ready for some trivia?
Yeah. I want to talk a little bit about the Art Explorer membership.
Oh, by all means.
Sorry.
By all means.
I don't think a lot of people realize the value that's within that membership. I mean, it's $150 a year, but you get so much with that. Number one, it automatically lets you join Open Studio. And if you were watching earlier, you saw Nikki talk about Open Studio. We have a wonderful group of artists, and those people are still meeting on Fridays on Zoom and sharing their artwork with one another, talking about what they're working on and praising one another. It's such a positive, thoughtful community of artists, and they are artists of all levels and ages and ranges and mediums. It's a super fun group, and so. Yeah, you just get that at that level, and they meet.
It's built in.
Yeah, they meet different days of the week, and it's you get to be up here in the classroom and take advantage of that community. Also, Art Explorer membership, you get I think it's 1,200 museums now.
Oh yeah, the National
American Reciprocal Museums Program. Yeah,
close.
you were fairly close. It's NARM, yeah.
Yeah.
But there's a sticker on your membership card that lets you into like over 1,200 museums across the nation for free. And for, I think, 9 out of 10 of those, you also get their member discount in their stores. And museum stores are great. They always find something cool in those. So, yeah, that's our Art Explorer membership. If you're not a member at the Art Explorer level, I'm not going to say you're missing out. But you kind of are.
You're missing out on something.
You're kind of missing out. Yeah.
Yeah, you're missing out on something for sure.
But,
And that membership, obviously, that won't begin until we are reopened to the public, and you can take advantage of all these.
Totally.
Yeah.
I mean, you could get it now if you want to.
One could get it now. But if you were to win this membership.
That's right.
You get it. You get it, and it won't begin until we reopen.
That's
I just don't want you to think you're getting gypped out of it.
No. We are not going to shortchange anyone. And in fact, I know for our current members, we're looking at how we can extend memberships for those that have been able to miss out during the period that we've been closed. So existing members can look out for that. If you happen to win this, Eriq, and you are already a member, what does that mean?
It's an interesting contingency.
Did we just extend it?
Yeah, I think we should give you a year.
Yeah.
We would tack this on. I mean,
we would just promote you to Art Explorer immediately.
Right. Yes. And we would so whenever your existing membership ended, or just automatically bump you up now.
Just bump you up now, and then take the time that you have left plus another 12 months.
I love it.
That's a good deal.
That's great.
So let people know how they can answer your questions.
You'll go right into chat here. Right into the chat at the bottom of the video.
Yeah, there's one at the. If you're watching on YouTube, it's on the right-hand side. If you're watching,
these chats coalesce into one.
They come into ours as one.
Okay, so we're going to be looking for the first person to get the correct answer.
Yep.
I think all of these are a word. Some of them are a couple words. There's no like long form answers. So
Yeah.
typing speed shouldn't really inhibit you unless you're Googling.
What about members of staff and their families?
I would rather.
Ineligible?
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, I just want to set
You should probably just sit out.
Yeah, that's like pretty much any major contest, right? That's like the fine print.
Yeah, no purchase
Yeah.
necessary.
That's true.
That's another thing that they
Yeah,
always say.
no purchase necessary. Yeah.
All right, should we go? Should we get
Yeah,
going
I say
here?
go for it. You
All
do
right.
that. I'm going to take a little break.
That's
But
fair.
I'm going to be back in a couple seconds.
Okay.
So enjoy.
All right. I'm taking over the live stream. So forget that. No, I'm kidding. We're gonna do the trivia. Okay, 10 questions. First question coming. First person to answer correctly in the chat gets the point for the round. I'm gonna keep tally right here on this piece of paper. Question number. Hey! Looks like we got a donation of $100. Does that put us over? Okay, tremendous. Before we start trivia, important to note, we are now well over the $9,000 threshold to create 50 art kits for Golden Backpack. That was the sweetest of all milestones. I think the rest of these are kind of silly. That one was really, really nice, and I'm very, very glad that we made it to that one, even though we put it quite high in the batting order. I'm glad that we got that one. So thank you very much. To that person who donated. I wish your name stayed up for longer. You'll be hearing from us. Thank you again. And now let's do it. Let's get into trivia. Question number 1. They don't go in any particular order. I think all of these are like medium difficulty. Name the artist whose high action style made them the face of the New York school and the abstract expressionist movement. I'm waiting in chat for your answer. Repeat the question. Once again, the question. Name the artist whose high action style made them the face of the New York school and the abstract expressionist movement. Charlotte. Yeah, I think Charlotte's in first. Charlotte Bastin, that's correct. Jackson Pollock. There were many well-known artists in the movement. However, Jackson Pollock considered the face of the movement. Oh, okay. Awesome. Cecile's going to keep track for me. I'm going to go right on to question number 2. Charlotte, great job. Here it comes. Question number 2. What is the practice of mixing different colors of paint directly on the canvas called? One more time. What is the practice of mixing different colors of paint directly on the canvas called? As opposed to taking your 2 varieties of paint and mixing them on a palette or in a bowl or whatever, what have you. If you took these 2 colors and you mixed them directly on the canvas, what would this technique be called? Or is commonly called? Uh-oh, somebody trying to big league me here? Alla prima. That is correct. That's not what I have, but that is also correct. Nikki is first. Nikki Nienhuis is first. So a point to Nikki Nienhuis. 1-1. Nobody's bullying this thing yet. I'm happy to see that. We're going to question number 3. Get ready. This famous sculptor who created one of the, undeniably, the greatest and most massive paintings of all time hated painting so much that he wrote poetry about it. There's a lot of hints in there. I'll read it again. Famous sculptor created one of the largest and most well-regarded paintings of all time. I'm having such a hard time reading it. Oh, Sarmo here. That's not an answer. Massive paintings of all time, famously hated painting so much. They wrote poetry about it, about their distaste for painting in general. Man, there's so many hints. Let's just give it. I'll give you 5 more seconds before I give you the first hint. Bingo.
Charlotte.
Charlotte got it. Very good. All right. Next up, 4th question. This illustrative style artist created the famous Pop Shop in New York City. Famous illustrative artist working in 80s and 90s. Really, that early? Morris says 70s. I think it's 80s. Anyway, can't miss it. It's the Pop Shop in New York City. What famous illustrative artist? No, that's incorrect. Good guess. Good guess. I'm trying to think of another hint for this person. I'm thinking of seeing this style of artwork when I was younger. I'm thinking early 90s. I've seen it on a lot of t-shirts. Famous illustrations of dogs and people interconnecting in kind of a jigsaw pattern. Got his start drawing in. Bingo! There it is, Nikki Nienhuis. Keith Haring gets it. And it is a 2-horse race.
Ooh, tie, 2 and 2.
Okay. All right, here comes the 5th question. Getting to halfway point. What's going on? Oh my God, you gotta be kidding me. All right, sorry. Thought we were getting a phone call here. The whole screen went out. Okay, sorry guys. 5th question. This crucial art supply was traditionally made from a mix of rabbit skin glue, chalk, and white pigment. Anybody? This is a speed one. I think everybody's going to know this one. Any of you guys creating art at home, going to know this one fast. Who can get this one in the quickest? Crucial art supply, traditionally made from a mix of rabbit skin glue, chalk, and white pigment. Yeah. Gesso. Big head. No, someone got it in before Nikki. Was that Tom Sarmo? Whoever's
That was, Tom Sarmo.
big head suit. SUTE. Somebody's got a funny screen name in there. Big head. Sarmo. Tom Sarmo gets it. There we go. That's 2-2-1. Oh, sick. Okay, should I give them the update?
Yes.
I will give you guys the update. We just crashed through the $10,000 mark. Should I say who did it?
Yeah.
Okay, thanks to Chris Harold, who called in and scared me because I thought the stream was breaking because Chris Harold was calling. But I forgive you, Chris Harold, because you donated enormously at that $1,000, and we have cracked the $10,000 mark, which means I am getting a tattoo of a picture hook to commemorate my career hanging art and my time here at Foothills Art Center, and I could not be happier. I think it's going to be awesome. Thank you to Bart Lenard for stepping up and volunteering his time and efforts to make that happen. That video to come soon. I will get right on scheduling that tattoo appointment this evening. Howard Massini, $100. Woo! Wow.
We're $4,800 away from shaving Bassin's head.
We are dangerously close. $4,800 away from the buzzer coming out and making Hassan look way scarier.
I mean, look at this. I mean, this is weeks of no haircuts, people. I mean, I can't say I'm excited about getting my head shaved.
It's liberating, let me tell you.
Is it?
Yes.
Here's the problem. I have this cyst on my head. It's kind of personal. That's on my head, right? And then, no, I guess, yeah, it's live. So I have a little bump on my head, and I'll just have to be sporting that for a couple weeks, I guess.
Okay.
Grow.
We will work on bringing that up.
Yes.
in the next live section, we'll
Yes.
get a picture of that tattoo. We don't have the drawing from Bart yet. I just have like a little image that I sent him. But if you've ever hung artwork in your house before, the little brass florets that we use to hammer right into the wall and hang paintings, that are like the fundamental piece of equipment that I use for hanging shows here at Foothills, I think is the perfect representation and a perfect tattoo to get for this event. Oh man. So silly. Let's get on with the trivia right now. We are into question number 6. I think we're 2-2-1 in the race. And here we are, on to question number 6. This is a good one if you're thinking back to elementary school. Name all 3 pairs of complementary colors. So it will be 6 colors in total. X plus X, X plus X, X plus X. Please, in that format. 3 pairs of colors that make up the entirety of the complementary colors. At least the base ones. I guess you could get deeper into the specifics. I need the 3 pairs of complementary colors. Tom Sarmo in first.
All right.
We are now in a dead heat, folks. It's getting exciting. 2-2-2. Purple, yellow, red, green, blue, orange. The Lakers and the Knicks never play on Christmas. That's how I remember that. It's true. It works. I'm not even like that big of a sports fan. Oh, Nikki came in just a second late there. Tom Sarmo gets that point. Sorry, Nikki. Tom Sarmo has entered the chat, and you guys need to get ready. We're getting into, oh, this is a little bit of a Foothills exhibition history. Dang, he types good. All right, here we go. Who is, question number 7, a little bit of Foothills history here. What is the famous nature photographer shown at FAC, known for their mastery over tonal variation? I hung this show not too many years ago. It was enormous for us. It was one of our biggest exhibitions, if not the biggest exhibition since I've been working here.
How big were those picture hooks?
Oh, those were hefty, guys. Those were big picture hooks, and we had special locking hardware for that show also, which I'm not going to bother to get a tattoo of, but T-bolts that you had to like put in a special little wrench behind the painting and lock down those, or not behind the painting, behind the photograph. Nikki Nienhuis, a good answer, but not correct. This was a solo show, or wasn't a solo show. It was close to a solo show. We had 3 photographers in the show, but there was a headliner photographer. And that's the answer I'm looking for. Who is the famous nature photographer? I wouldn't say their artwork was exclusively nature and subject matter, but their most... Bingo! Charlotte Bassin comes in with Ansel Adams. That is correct. We're now 3-2-2. Ansel Adams was the correct answer. And to those of you who have ever seen an actual Ansel Adams print in real life silver gelatin print, it is unbelievable, the level of ability. It's like you never have seen black and white photography until you've seen one of those in real life. It's truly incredible, and I didn't understand the hype until I saw them in real life. So I'm sorry for, what's that? Angel? I don't know, Ansel Adams. Okay, let's go ahead on to the 8th question. Start to see who's going to pull ahead here, maybe. Maybe Hassan will know this one. This one's hard. This might be the hardest question here. What sort of art am I making if I employ a macaroni tool? Yeah. I literally Googled for this question, silly names of tools. And I was like, which one of these is for art? And there we are. It's called a macaroni tool. It has a specific, if you get anywhere near the right answer for this, I'm not looking for super specific. If you can even tell me what medium you're working in, Pop? No, not. I don't know what that means. Oh, pop art? No, I'm not looking for a genre of art. I'm looking for more. Think medium. Think medium. What do you use a macaroni tool on? And I don't need any guesses from the staff because you're ineligible, as we spoke about earlier. So shut up. Ceramics, it's a good guess. Floor, I'm having a hard time reading. Extruded clay is incorrect. Pottery, I can't read that one from Nikki. Florteroni. Pottery, no, these aren't correct. Cooking. I can't see the stream. There it is. No, it's not clay. Yarn. Cooking was a good guess. It's not any of those or really anything near those. Bingo. There it is. Nikki Nienhuis with wood carving. A macaroni tool is a very specific shaped chisel. And only I hope you Googled that. Yarn. Megan Piegler guesses yarn. Hi, Megan Piegler. Welcome to the chat. All right. Who got that one? Nikki got it, right? Okay, awesome. What's the count now? Do we have any ties going into the end here? Wood carving was the correct answer for macaroni tool. Ready to go into the last two questions. Cecile, do you have a score?
Anna has it. Oh, sorry, I got it. 3 for Trevor, 3 for Nikki, and 2 for Tom.
3-3-2. Tom, I'm calling out there to Tom Sarmo. Get this one right and tie it up 3 across the board so we can go into a crazy sudden death for the final question. Please, my heart is racing. Question number 9. Name the artist who began their rise to fame under the pseudonym Mr. Samo.
I know that one.
Hey everybody, Hassan knows this one. Name the artist who began their rise to fame under the pseudonym Mr. Samo. Just the last name is enough.
Spelled correctly.
That's it. Even if you spell it wrong, I'll give it to you, depending how awfully you spell it. Come on, Tom. Tie it up. The fans want to see you tie it up. This is our 9th question in our trivia extravaganza. What's our total right now? I'm curious. No, Megan Piegler, good guess. A very strong guess. There it is. Tom Sarmo does it. Jean-Michel Basquiat originally used the pseudonym Mr. Samo in his graffiti. And just another update, we are cruising to our stretch goal. We're at $11,116. His Sans head is going to be very cold. Please keep donating.
Use a guard at least?
No, shave. The word is shave. The word is shave.
I brought a guard.
I don't care. That's great. We're not using a guard. We're not going to use a guard. Just like how my tattoo isn't going to be fake, we're not going to kind of shave your head. Okay? And just for the record, it doesn't make any sense that the tattoo is below shaving your head. Regardless. Serious face. Final question of trivia. Tied up. 3-3-3. I couldn't have written it better. It's incredible. Final question. It's a pretty hard one. So it's a good one to end on. What was the theme of FAC's video art exhibition shown in 2019? What was the theme of the show? I'm looking at Maura, and she's like lost. It's not a good sign.
Time is so fluid.
Video art exhibition in 2019, what was the theme of the show? I don't need the artist's name because even I have trouble.
Who did it?
Tom Sarmo gets it. Yeah, there's no AI.
Yeah.
AI or AGI I would have accepted. I would have accepted artificial intelligence. Tom Sarmo wins. That show was all about artificial intelligence and the ethical. What? Is that a new one? Is that already?
No, that's in the total.
Oh, okay, that's
Yeah.
already in the total. Wow.
They're just coming in now.
Okay.
There's a delay.
Oh, okay. You guys we're ahead. All right. Well, prize goes to Tom Sarmo. Tom Sarmo, congratulations! I can't wait to give you a tour of the gallery.
He's never been here, has he?
Nice.
That's not at all true. He does that. He does literally everything. I think we probably owed this to Tom, regardless of.
We should just do it anyway out of kindness.
All right. Well, that was a rousing round of trivia, if I have ever experienced one. Thank you guys so much for participating. I hope the questions weren't too hard. I don't think they were. It seems like you guys got the answers pretty quickly.
They were great.
Well done. And it was a nail biter. It was a real barn burner.
It was a barn burner.
Hey, Sam, what's next?
You know, we're going to play a couple videos now, and then it's, we're breezing through this telethon. Even if we hit the 15 grand, I don't even know we'll have time for a head shaving, to be honest. I'm looking
It's
at the,
really fast.
I'm looking at the clock here.
I don't know if you've seen Full Metal Jacket, but it's really quick.
I have. That's scary.
It's the very first scene. Just the first scene. Goodbye, my sweetheart. Hello, Vietnam.
Yeah. Well, we gotta. I mean, we have a schedule to be on. So, I'm gonna play a couple videos. I don't think people want to see a head shaving. If they do, then we'll get the 15,000 real fast. But if not, Eriq, while you're here, we did a very rewarding project in 2018.
Yes.
It's probably near the top 3 projects that we've done, I think, in the past 4 or so years. You want to tee it up for the audience at home because we're about to play it.
Oh, okay, sure. Yeah, we're about to show you the documentary created by F4D Studios that chronicles the creation of one of the most fulfilling and definitely one of the most wide-reaching projects we've done here at Foothills Art Center, called The Wall of Hope.
Yep.
This was a coordination mostly between Foothills Art Center and the Golden High School, a group that they have that helps with mental health issues amongst the student peers, a kind of a peer-to-peer network called Sources of Strength. We also worked with Denver graffiti artist Joel to create an immense 600-foot-long mural here in downtown Golden, along with some other programs that went alongside it, trying to reduce the stigma for people with mental health issues and just trying to encourage folks to open up lines of communication and talk to each other about things like that. So we're about to roll it. It's a real tearjerker. So have your tissues ready.
Yeah.
And we couldn't be more proud. I think this project was really incredible.
It was great. Yeah.
And it definitely. This wasn't the first thing we did with F4D Studios, but to me, this cemented them as they're partners forever. I want them doing anything. I wish they were here tonight because the stream might be going better. But regardless, I think dang near everything we do video oriented, they've got their fingers on it. I think they're just amazing. So
the B-roll that we've been showing, that's been shot by them. Is that your people?
Hey, John, it's my dad and my stepmom just donated $300 to the stream. Oh my gosh!
People.
We're gonna shave your head.
You are way more excited about this than you should be. So I just want to also just 2 more things real quick before we show it. Rotary Club of Golden was another great partner on that to help fund it. And shout out to Rotary Club of Golden because they've been sponsors for a few years now. At our gala and at other things. So, I'm a Rotarian. Our board president is a Rotarian. Shout out to the Golden Club here. City of Golden Public Art Commission also partners on that project. City of Golden, great supporters. DDA, great supporters. Public Art Commission, what a great partner in crime we have in them to do joint projects with.
A lot of good projects going on.
Yeah, the signal boxes. We didn't even talk about that.
Yeah.
We should have teed that up for folks. We just got too much. This telethon might go past 7.
It's okay. I had a rock star. I'm feeling good.
I just ate a Coke. That is how.
You still have some aluminum in your teeth there.
That's how torched I am right now.
We're getting the hook! Play
the video. We're getting the wrap up from the audience. Too much banter.
We like the look of our faces too much.
Apparently. Here's the video. Arts and Society is the grantor that funded this. And we're looking to apply another grant for them for this year as well.
We are.
So, wonderful organization. Here it is.
Last year when we were doing this, you said something that was really powerful. You said, there's no metric for how many lives we save.
Yes.
There's no metric for that.
I don't know if any of you know either of my sons, Joshua or Noah. Joshua graduated, he was a 2014 class, and Noah would have graduated in 2017, last year, but he died 3 years ago, just over 3 years ago. April 28, 2015, he took his own life.
One of the things we're really grateful for is that 2 nights before Noah died, one of the assignments he was supposed to do for his treatment center was to write an assignment called The Real Me Is. And he had written, the real me is intelligent, sensitive, honest, afraid, insecure, soccer player, sober, golfer, singer, daredevil, romantic, nerd, compassionate, profound, mama's boy, caretaker, logical, funny, ballsy, curious, peaceful, spiritual. I love playground swings, video games, sweatpants, cuddling, animals, and reading. It was written by Noah on April 26, 2015.
2 days before he died.
I don't have the answer if all suicides can be prevented. I don't know what we could have done differently for Noah.
If we would have known that Noah was at such high risk for suicide, we may have been able to save his life that day.
Suicide is the second leading cause of death for youth between the ages of 10 and 24. Each day in the U.S., there are an average of 3,470 attempts by young people in high school between grades 9 and 12.
There were more than 600,000 lives lost to suicide from 2004 to 2016. Over 11,000 of those were in the state of Colorado. Jefferson County experienced 1,298. Of that, 76 were under the age of 20, and 13 of those were under the age of 14. Community organizations in Golden, as well as the students at Golden High School, are working together to change the stigma of mental health and help grow the community in prosperous ways.
As students, we are very stressed because this is our midway point to being adults.
It's a much harder moment to be a kid and a much harder moment to be an adult trying to support kids than we've ever seen.
There are so many things going on in society that makes it really, really intense to be perfect and to look great and to have a bunch of friends.
Students now are more isolated than ever before. They're not getting together at a restaurant. They're not going out. They're sitting alone in their basement, in their room, and they're texting their friends. But I think there's something to be said for that person-to-person interaction.
One of the things that happens with depression, and often with kids that are suicidal, is they become isolated, they feel alienated, they feel like they're all alone. They feel like they don't matter, they're not seen, they're invisible. Maybe nobody will know if I'm not here anymore, nobody will care.
We do have a lot of problems with dealing with mental illness. It suffers from being one of these disorders that people don't like talking about.
The things that are not talked about are usually more dangerous and potentially more damaging than the things that we're addressing and that we're aware of.
When you hear the word suicide, it's scary. Sometimes people don't want to deal with scary things. They want to put it in a closet. They want to not be involved with it, because if they're not involved, then it somehow doesn't exist.
There's just so many parts of our lives that we need to work on. Positive friends, positive activities, spirituality, making those really strong pillars of your life.
What creates hope for us? What creates strength for us? It's, those factors in our life, those things that maybe we take for granted, like healthy activities and positive supports through friends, through family, and accessing those when we're in times of need.
How can the arts help to solve this problem? How can the arts get people thinking about maybe concepts that they haven't thought about before in maybe a new way?
The Foothills Arts Center contacted us, and they said, hey, we'd like to have a conversation about some stuff with some students at Golden High School. They found out what we did and said, we'd love to see what that's like.
How many of you have been in situations where social media has been used in a way that makes you feel uncomfortable? Raise your hand and look around. You all are a part of this high school. As students, as staff, as teachers, a simple reminder that you're all connecting is so important.
Golden High School has a lot of care at this school, and that was really illustrated in such an enthusiastic way today in the performance. Felt like that was truly what this community is about.
Sources of Strength is a strength-based upstream prevention program. It's really that idea that a rising tide lifts all boats, that if you can move upstream and have an impact up there, you can affect all of these different downstream kinds of things.
What are the needs of your student body?
I feel like mental health is just a big problem.
It
is. Even if it's a societal problem, I feel like we could still do stuff in the community to try and fix it.
What do you see in regard to mental health with students at Golden High School?
What I'm thinking is missing is more of an opportunity to get help.
I feel like if people understood the process better, they would be more willing to go get help.
I love this school, and I'm finally having an opportunity to shape a group that's able to make it better, to chip away at the problems that I see in our community.
Being in Sources of Strength, just being in this type of a community where we are trying to influence people's lives to make themselves better, I feel like that in a way makes me better.
Our mental health has gotten a lot better, I think, overall, because there was a lot of suicide, and that has gone down progressively as the years have continued with the Sources program being implemented at the school.
Our goal is to create a community where everyone has someone to go to, really connecting the whole school, making sure that no one is ever left out of anything.
Tell people that they have a safe and trusted adult that they can talk to. It's really helpful to improve the school environment, which is our ultimate goal.
I notice an overall happier campus environment. I think people are more willing to talk to others and look for help when they think they need it. And I think Sources of Strength has really helped create that positive environment people need.
The power of programs like the Foothills Arts Center and like Sources of Strength is they find ways to connect kids to more and more community leaders and to more and more community resources. And they're connected through an activity or a purpose that they love and to people that they know care about them. I think these are exactly the kind of connections that keep kids healthy in times when we worry about them the most.
Every kid needs to have a group of people that aren't necessarily their parents, who believe in them, who are invested in them, who know their name, who care about them.
Golden High School students are a very important voice in our town. When they are concerned about something, the entire community is concerned. Foothills Arts Center felt like art could play a role with what the students were doing.
Foothills Arts Center wrote a grant for Arts and Society. An Arts and Society grant sponsored them to work with Sources of Strength. Sources of Strength also works with the Golden High School. So I'm working with the youth there to create a mural that will be permanent in the city of Golden.
These kids, when they are struggling, and it reflects this community perfectly, they get away from technology and from cars and from roads and from school and from other people often, and get commune of nature.
We wanted to use the idea of aspen trees because we thought aspen trees, it's rooted as one whole system, and even though it's a bunch of different trees, and we kind of felt like that's our community, is we might be a bunch of different trees, but we're all rooted in the Golden community.
The mural itself is uplifting and cheerful, and actually a brilliant way to address the problem.
We're all connected. We're all part of the same organism. If one part of us is affected with some kind of illness, then the rest of us are going to be affected by that same illness. Isn't that the perfect metaphor for community?
All of our social issues require conversation and dialogue. We need to find ways to listen to each other, and the sooner we can start to learn how to do that and start practicing and engaging in that, the better off we'll be, and we'll actually get to, I believe, start to make some progress on some of those things.
Defeating the stigma and opening lines of communication is so key in getting people the help that they need.
I've been just amazed by how active that our students are in terms of solving big problems that people that are my age think, oh, there's nothing we can do about, but the kids really feel empowered to go out and make a change and make things different.
We're teaching generations before us what it's like to cultivate healthy, happy relationships, what it's like to care about yourself and want to empower others, and to care about the environment and the world around you. And I think in a lot of ways, seeing that as early as the high school level gives people hope that the future's going to be better.
Every human life has value. Reach out to someone, anyone, to talk to about this.
Look them in the eye and say, you are valuable, you are loved, and you have something to offer that nobody else in this world can offer. And try not to compare yourself to the people around you, but just be who you are and learn to love that person that you are. Because only if you love yourself will you be able to love others. And we need a lot more love in this world.
If you think you may harm yourself or attempt suicide, tell someone who can help you. Call the National Suicide Prevention Hotline at 1-800-273-TALK. If a family member or friend is in crisis, do not leave them alone. Listen to them. Take what they say seriously. Urge them to seek the help of mental health professionals. Show them that you care. We are all connected. Be a source of strength.
My name is Christopher Reed. I'm a member of the Golden community, and I'm here for the Golden community.
My name is Maura McInerney. I'm a member of the Golden community, and I'm here for this community.
My name is Hassan Najjar. I'm a member of this community, and I'm here for this community.
My name is Deborah Bryan. I'm a member of this community, and I'm here for this community.
My name is Emily Lewis. I am a member of the Golden community, and I am here for the Golden community.
My name is Mike Johnston. I'm a member of this community, and I'm here for this community.
My name is Trent Norman. I'm a member of this community, and I'm here for this community.
My name is Marjorie Sloan. I'm a member of the Golden community, and I'm here for the community.
My name's Eriq Hockley. I'm a member of this community, and I'm here for this community.
I'm Rebecca Brown Edelman. I'm a member of this community, and I'm here for this community.
My name's Abigail Post. I'm a member of the Golden community, and I'm here for this community.
My name's Christy DeMeyer. I'm a member of this community, and I'm here for this community.
My name is Scott Lomery. I'm a member of this community, and I'm here for this community.
I'm Peter Ewers.
And I'm Beverly Ewers.
And we are members of this community.
And we are here for this community.
Myself?
I'll do it too. Gosh, I hope Cassandra's good at innovating. Hi, this is Maura, and I'm the curator of education at Foothills. Hope you love that documentary about sources of strength. You'll recognize this guy from the video. This is Chris Reed, and he's the school psychologist at Golden High School. And I just wanted to catch up with you a little bit today, Chris, about your involvement with Sources of Strength from the beginning to today, and any feedback you have about the project we did together.
Yeah, so I've been we started the Sources of Strength program about 5 years ago. And the mural project, I think was about 3 years ago now. The mural in and of itself has brought a lot of positive attention to the group and our purpose, coupled with the documentary. The documentary has been I think a great free advertisement for the group and the reasons why we have it in place, and that that students have some positive outlets in their life to turn to in face of despair, which is certainly what we're going through right now. So I think all the more reason why I know that parents are referring back to that documentary right now to kind of lift their spirits. They've emailed me and told me about it. So and I'm sure they're driving by that mural, they're thinking the same thing, that, hey, there's still hope, help, and strength in this community.
Well, thanks. What are you doing with some of your current Sources of Strength members during a time where we can't be together as much?
Yeah, so it's uncharted water. So we are meeting weekly, still by grade level. And we're doing a What Helps Us campaign, which is on social media, really. Through Instagram, where students are taking 30-second clips, videos about, what they're doing at this time to kind of help them get through this. Usually it's leaning into one of their sources of strength, whether it's running every day or spending more quality time with their families, and, reaching out to friends who might be isolated, that kind of thing. So they're taking those videos of themselves and then trying to charge as many students in the school to do the same, and influence the student body so that people could see that, we're leaning into our sources of strength, instead of just throwing our hands up and saying, this sucks, even though it does.
Well, anything on the horizon for Sources of Strength that we should know about?
And a lot of it, unfortunately, is up in the air right now, more just because of, COVID-19. But we're hoping to plan a festival. Our students are for the beginning of next year to bring the community together and have fun activities and entertainment and food. That's our big thing that we're hoping for, that we're able to do. Cross our fingers when we get back in August.
Well, at Foothills, we just want you to know how much we appreciate you encouraging us and welcoming us into the Sources of Strength family, and know that we're here for any future art projects.
Oh, thank you very much. We definitely appreciate our partnership and how it's benefited the school and the community at large, and it's brought a lot of positive attention to us. That both the mural and the documentary. So I'd be glad to partner with you guys again and think of some more ideas.
Well, wonderful. Well, good luck with the rest of the virtual school year, and we'll hopefully work together again very soon.
Yeah, thank you. And good luck to you guys too.
Hey, welcome back, folks. Well, maybe I should turn on the microphone. There we go. Yeah. Hey, you guys, do you know Sherry?
Hey, welcome back,
well, let me turn this off. Do you know Sherry McAkron? Sherry is our finance director here at Foothills Art Center. She does, well, why don't you tell people what you do, Sherry?
What I do? Everything that nobody else wants to do here.
That is true.
Basically,
It's very
that's
true.
my tagline.
Yeah.
No, I look after the finances and do a lot of other little things.
Sherry also does our member trips, which are a lot of fun.
They've been very fun. Unfortunately, I'm not sure we'll have any trips this year.
Yeah.
Probably not.
So
but,
we've been to Italy how many times with our members?
2 times.
2 times. We've
Yes.
been to Aspen,
and
Taos,
and Santa Fe.
Santa Fe.
That's about it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we've been to some pretty cool places.
Yeah, very fun.
This year we had a trip to Hawaii that got canceled, and then we had a trip to Sicily.
There's one on the books still to Sicily, and we'll decide about that within by
Jury's
the
still
end
out.
of this month. We'll
Yeah.
see.
Yeah. So we'll see what we do there. But yeah, member trips are a lot of fun. Great way to meet
They're
people.
a very fun time, and people make some really strong friendships on those trips.
I bet.
It's a good thing to do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We've got our update now. Is that an accurate number I'm looking at? 11,536.
Wow, that is
So
fantastic.
our board president called me earlier when Eric was doing the trivia, Jamie Sheridan, excess toilet paper buyer. And he said, I'm going to donate this money. And he donated another big chunk of change. He's like, I want to see you get your hair shaved.
He did say
He
that.
said it in a menacing voice.
It wasn't really mean when I was talking to him. but,
Well, you didn't
know.
prank call him, so maybe that's why.
He was definitely interested in seeing this happen.
Yeah.
There's no doubt.
I don't know if other people are interested. I
and
mean,
then, we just got a text from your mother-in-law, too.
oh, come on,
And
man. I've been very nice to your daughter.
She really would love to see your head shaved, I think.
Why?
I don't know. One of those things. It's clear you need
A lot of
haircut.
feelings going through my mind right now.
Yeah.
Well, whatever. It's cool. I mean, we only have 15 minutes, so
Yeah.
it might not happen. Sherry, there are some benefits to donating to Foothills Art Center because we are in a special enterprise zone.
We are.
Tell people
Miss
about
Sam.
that.
About 5 years ago, Foothills Art Center qualified as an enterprise zone nonprofit, which means that if someone who lives and pays state income tax in the state of Colorado donates at least $250 throughout the year, Cumulatively, yeah. So if you donated $200 tonight, kick in another $50, and then you will get a state income tax credit of 25% of that, which is $61.50.
So if you donate $1,000, that's $250.
Exactly. Yeah, you get a state income tax credit of $250. But back to the 200 versus 250. So basically, you're getting back more than that extra $50 that you put in. You're getting $61.50 back.
Yeah.
And we are getting another $50.
Yeah.
So it's win-win.
It's a win-win-win.
It's win-win.
It's a win for the arts. It's a win for
So,
Foothills. It's a win for the donor.
Yeah, yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, and in order to get that credit, we just have to get some tax information from you, and we then send you a certificate, which you turn in with your taxes.
Yeah.
And comes straight off what you have to pay the government. So
And that's a credit.
it's a credit.
It's a credit,
Mhm.
people.
Not a deduction.
Not a
it's
deduction.
a credit off of your state income taxes.
Well, that's fabulous. Well, folks.
It's like we're paying you.
It is, and if you're paying us, if you're at all hesitant about donating to Foothills Art Center, let me tell you, you shouldn't be. We have a very responsible and very resourceful staff here,
We do.
and I think we
Very.
spend money pretty wisely overall. And there's a lot of stuff that we do in house. I mean, if you could see this classroom, we've done so many of these changes and upgrades to our facilities on our own.
Oh, yeah, with
just
staff.
because we happen to have the skills to do it.
Right.
Well,
and with the other things, I mean, you fix toilets.
We do. We do fix
All
toilets.
kinds of things.
We do.
Just to save money so that we can use it to bring the art to the community.
I don't
Really,
know when
there's-
the last time we actually hired a contractor to do something.
Well,
the
it was
sewer.
when we had the sewer.
I'm not replacing the
and,
sewer line rupture, people.
When we
I
got
draw
the
line.
money for the painting and the roof, we
Yeah.
had a contractor do all that
That's
from
true.
the hailstorm. But
Yeah.
but for the most part, no, it's Hassan and Eric out there doing the fixing. for
Well, and the
most
rest of the
part.
staff too. We try to get them
we
involved.
do some, but
as reluctant as they might be sometimes.
Right.
We did the whole floor in here, replaced the lights in here, and try to make Foothills the best we can for the people that take advantage of it, and try to be good stewards of the donations that you give us. And $11,536 away. I'm no math magician, but I know
it's like $3,500.
$3,500 is it a big price to pay to see a non-profit leader in the community get his head shaved? I don't know. I can't put a price on that, honestly. I think I would look fairly silly with a shaved head, but that's just me.
Maybe you could get a tattoo on the shaved head.
That's a horrible idea. Thanks for joining us, Sherry. Sherry's got stuff to do. And
I need to go count the money.
I think there's a phone call coming in for you. You probably want to take care of that.
All right.
In the meantime, we're going to play
See you later.
a couple more videos. And I know all of you, you're sitting by your phones right now and you're like, you know what? I really want to support the arts. And is now the right time to do it? The answer is yes. It's a resounding. Staff, is now the time? Yes, it is. Pick up those phones, get on that website. The tubes of the internet are working just fine today, from what I can tell. And, we'll see what happens. In the meantime, we're going to tee up some wonderful video content for you. So here it comes your way.
Hello, my name is Christin Crampton-Day. I'm the Executive Director of Colorado Business Committee for the Arts, CBCA. CBCA values its relationship with Foothills Arts Center, and we've been fortunate to host a couple events there over the past couple of years for our members, a gathering for other stakeholders in the cultural community. In fact, we even held our board retreat there this past spring.
Folks, I don't know if...
we've always found Foothills to be a wonderful creative space
I'm pretty
to
happy
be
with
in, and have found the exhibitions to be very inspiring and educational. And also, I never leave Foothills without stopping by the gift shop, because I always find something that either I have to have or a gift for someone else, and enjoy supporting local artists. So thank you, Foothills Arts Center, for all that you do, and for being a great partner with CBCA. Good luck with Giving Tuesday tomorrow.
Let's move to your next one, which I think is the one in the Denver Art Museum, right?
I think that is the next one. Awesome.
This was in the, what's the section of the museum called? It's like the family
It's
center?
like an interactive family area. So it's a place where there's like always kind of something for kids to interact with and kind of play, but not exactly.
Yeah, the colors, especially the reds and the pinks in this one, are just fantastic. How did you get these patterns on here? Are those sewn in?
So they're all applique. So basically I'm layering the different levels of fabric. So a piece like this takes much longer than the plain white pieces, because for each section, I'm cutting multiple pieces, then I'm cutting like holes in some of them and then sewing them down and just like layering them.
Oh, they're so awesome. This one has a real playful nature to it, where we were talking about the other one that you were wearing with the spikes is like a little bit aggressive and something that you would approach with caution. There's something about this one that's really like fun and happy. I think it might be something about these like very kind of round, bubbly shapes. They feel like a little bit cartoony, and I love your use of clear
the clear plastic also. Do you then you then got stuff inside them too, huh?
Yeah, so inside they're basically like incubation sort of chambers that have these like larval forms in them.
Oh, I feel it. I feel that.
So the idea is that everything in this installation is transforming, and the table that you see in the image is an area where you can sit and draw what you think the larva will turn into.
Oh,
That
okay.
was like an interactive element.
Okay.
And then I collected all those drawings and I made new creatures for the space that were based on the drawings that guests had made at the museum.
Oh, so the installation kind of grew over time.
Yeah, so I added 3 kind of big kind of creatures that were a conglomeration of all the different drawings people made.
Is this photo we're looking at right after it was first installed? So there's, oh, okay. So things are added later on.
Yeah, so
Oh.
the area kind of behind this had another piece on the wall, and then the one that's hanging over that kind of drop there, I actually unzipped that bottom part and I added a giant creature that kind of went down into the first floor of the building more.
Oh, wow. I'm so fascinated with this as an art form.
A piece of wood has character, has a life. And I think sometimes what I'm able to do, and what I try to do, is to simply bring that out of the piece of wood. It's already there. Sculptors sometimes talk about simply removing everything that isn't the sculpture that they want to make, and then what's left is their sculpture. I think that's a little bit true about how I connect with my work too. I'm Daryl Nicole. I'm a woodworker and furniture maker in Golden, Colorado. This is my workshop space, and it's a historic old building. That's a great place to work. So that's where we are. The chair that was chosen for the show at Foothills Arts Center is a Windsor chair. It's made out of walnut. Windsor chairs are a favorite of mine to make because they're as handmade a piece of furniture, literally handmade, as anything that I do. When the shavings are coming off the wood, it's like I'm stepping back in history. And I'm 200 years ago, or whatever, 100 years ago. And I'm also thinking about what the wood looks like with a really nice, clean cut, and what it's showing me about its grain and about its character. Creativity is sort of in the background most of the time, and then I'll crank up the music. I heard the only song that's left unsung, and it sounded just like echoes in a canyon, voices from a distant hideaway, silent sounds of paths gone down old trailheads, curves gone round, slow to fade but never really gone. Follow your heart, follow what you think feels right. It's difficult to make that also fit with making a living and doing what society says is the appropriate thing to do. So be a little inappropriate. It's okay.
Make me cry.
And then have fun, just enjoy. Because if you don't enjoy it, it won't turn out the way you want it to. Accept the fact that it's going to be tough sometimes, but stick with it. It's worth it.
Hi, my name is Chuck McGee. Thank you for supporting Foothills Art Center. I'm a member of Open Studios, which is a group of artists that Foothills supports. We come together weekly and paint together and learn from each other, critique each other's work, and then we make friends. I paint ink on rice paper, and Vivienne introduced me to her father, who taught me how to write my name in Chinese calligraphy. And then he also showed me how to write names of some of the pieces that I was painting. So that was very fun for me. Another thing we did was Charlotte bought fish. I brought rice paper, and we did fish print paintings together as a group. So I appreciate Open Studios, and I thank Foothills Art Center for supporting us. Thanks.
Hello, folks. We are rounding out our time here. Excuse me, we're supposed to shut it down at 7. You know, we can keep going, but we don't have any more content left. Not unless you guys just want to hear me ramble on for a while. But I just want to say thank you, thank you, thank you. You know, and it's like PBS says, viewers like you, right? And it really is. It's the folks, you at home, that are with us today, working through this and seeing what the arts has to offer in our lives, and allowing that creativity in, allowing those different parts of your brain to fire in the different ways that you need them to fire during this particular event in all of our lives. Because we all need creativity right now, right? We all need to come up with creative solutions to the problems that we're facing every day, and that's wonderful. And I'm so glad that you could be here with us. I'm so glad that we have our staff here at Foothills here with us. Anna, Cecile, Maura, Sherry, Jane, Christian, Eric. We've got a rock star group of people here that really hustle hard week in and week out to bring you guys lots of great content. The total as it sits right now at Hair 30 is $11,791. Which, that's good. Hats off to you guys at home for doing that. I see a comment coming in here, and it said clippers. So clippers are a great solution to the problem of Hassan's hair. Thanks. My hair is a problem now. That's great. Person, big head suit, whoever you are, 32. Oh, Tom Sarmo. Tom Sarmo, $3,200 will rectify that, pal. So, hair off. Yeah, you hair off too, buddy. If someone wants to come in with the big guns and let us hit 15, well, yeah, go for it. But as of today, this hair is staying. Does anyone have any questions that they want to pose in the chat before we start signing off here? Can you donate through the end of the week? Can you donate through the end of the week? Yes, you can. Actually, this whole recording is going to be, we're going to put it out in all of our outlets probably tomorrow, and definitely by Thursday, and you guys will see that. And if someone wants to watch all of this glory all over again, you're more than happy to do so. But yeah, we're going to keep our Giving Tuesday marathon up until Sunday. And I tell you what, I will say this now, and I will memorialize it for the internets.